fucking has the nerve to tell me he's not going to make it here last week. Leaves just fucking hanging, leaves just holding the bag. You and I got to scramble to get the fucking show together. And guess he's not even here this week. Nowhere to be found.
Who?
Fucking Luke. Nowhere to be found. Kevin hasn't answered a text message, not an email one. If he were here right fucking now, you know what I would fucking tell that fat fuck?
What would you tell that?
Luke, how's your Sunday? Got him. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Pro Wrestling Throwdown for the week of February 19th, 20 and 23. I'm Caleb Black. This is the returning Luke the Big Dog Williams, along with our in-studio producer, the mighty Max Fury, our in-studio editor, Big Bad John, and our two on-site, what do we call them? Because I forgot the word that we used just now.
They're the ladies of the room.
The ladies of the show. We got Special K and Sweet Tea in the house. It is fucking wrestling day, Luke.
It is wrestling day.
How was your Sunday, sir?
Well, a lot better than last Sunday, let me tell you.
Oh, yeah. Where were you last Sunday?
Well, you see, here's the thing. I decided that I would go on a little trip.
Uh-huh.
I went rock climbing. There's a lot of stones around.
In-studio correspondence. That's the word that we use for. I just don't remember. So, as you were saying.
There was a lot of rocks. I had to climb some stones I had to kick out of the way, but I'm good. I'm here.
Oh, so you had to kick rocks, huh?
That's exactly what I had to do.
Why don't you kick them a little bit more? Max, how's your Sunday?
Sometimes
I'm hanging in there.
I would just like you to know that I come back to this, Max. This is what I come back for. It's fucked up. And by the way, you fucking ruined my fit. My butt spot in the seat. You sitting in my seat last week.
It's because he goes anchored down.
It's all small now.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do except for this one long line in the middle of the seat.
One large,
I don't really know what
massive,
that is, and I don't know how to fill it. So we're good.
Yeah, well, that's okay. It's not your order to fill. Big Bad John, how was your Sunday,
My
sir?
Sunday is going fantastically.
Wonderful. All right. Ladies, how was y'all Sunday?
I got pussy kiss in my life. I'm good.
Special case, she's got a lap full of pussy. Sweet Tea, how about you?
I need some pussy.
Well, she needs a pussy too. All right, well, guys, we're talking about cats. Don't ban us.
Yeah, don't do that.
I just realized.
Yeah.
I realized who said it, why it sounded the way it did.
That's what we're talking about.
So it is wrestling day. We have a lot to go through today. We had 2 huge pay-per-views yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We've got some
Jacob,
news.
what's up, buddy?
Wheels is in the house. We got to talk about a little bit about AFU. I was the one man standing representing Pro Wrestling Throwdowns.
I have a question though. How did Wheels get in the house when it's all stairs?
I guess he had to be carried.
He used
There's
you.
a lot of wheelies involved.
He used you to get up
A
the
lot
steps.
of wheelies.
You ever see a slinky go down the steps? It's like that, but reverse.
and rewind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, missed you, Jacob.
Yes.
I'm really sorry I missed you, man. All jokes aside, surgery went good. I'm good. I'm ready for some wrestling talk. Jacob, we
Yes,
missed you,
sir.
but I'll see you on the 25th.
It is unfortunate, however, because while our top story of the night is obviously going to be Elimination Chamber, we did have some breaking news that didn't make it into our rundown that we want to talk about real quick. And it's also wrestling relevant while it falls into the category of celebrity deaths.
Yes.
Big Bad John, if you would please. We lost Richard Belzer today. If those of you who follow, he was on Law and Order for most of its
Years.
pre 20-year run.
When I think of Law and Order, I think of Boom Boom.
Yeah.
And after that, I think of Richard Belzer. Well, I really think of Richard Belzer when Hulk Hogan choked him out.
And that was what we were gonna talk about here. Now Yanni says, "How about that pay-per-view?" Don't worry, Yanni, we're gonna get to it. Hello to you as well.
He was on SVU.
Yes, SVU Law and Order. However, for those of you who are not aware, Richard Belzer actually has some wrestling lineage to him.
Yeah, he does.
Richard Belzer was a talk show host in the 1980s.
Yes, he was.
And did an interview with Hulk Hogan
1983.
in which he basically sort of accused wrestling of being fake.
Yes.
There were a couple of little things that happened. Hulk Hogan put Richard Belzer in a front face lock and legitimately wrenched up too hard and choked him out. Completely by accident. Keep in mind, at this time, Hulk Hogan was
Hulk Hogan's arms were
6'4" and 24-inch pythons and wrapped little Richard Belzer's neck into it, and he fell asleep. Well, when he fell, he turned over. Richard Belzer bumped his head, got a horrible concussion, got busted open live on his own talk show, and eventually would sue Hulk Hogan, I think, in excess of $1 million, and won the lawsuit.
It was determined out of court, or
yes.
out of
settled out of court.
Right. Yeah.
And obviously that lawsuit only happened for the injury.
I believe that he threw some shade at Mr. T as well.
That's a possibility. I don't,
Well,
I don't
T was
recall.
on the thing as
Yeah,
well.
but they're promoting WrestleMania, what,
One. And when Hogan started getting all these things, Mr. T was the one who was getting upset.
Yeah.
And Hogan did what he did because he was like,
I'll show you whether or not you think
I'll
it's
show
fake.
you if you think it's fake and you think that it's
Let me
a
wrap
fun
my
time.
great big fucking arm around your tiny
Well,
little throat.
Then they come back from commercial.
Ladies.
Richard Belzer's
kidding.
not there.
Or not.
And Hulk Hogan's like, I only put enough pressure on him that I put on anybody at any given time.
And it knocked Richard Belzer
so,
the fuck out.
I mean, sorry, but no, Richard Belzer, hell of an actor, I think.
Yeah.
The SVU stuff was always some of my favorite stuff.
Stabler. Isn't that his name?
No.
Not that guy.
No, not that guy. I'm
Oh,
talking about Stabler.
Mulaney. Chris
Yeah,
Mulaney.
yeah, Chris Mulaney. He's the best guy on Law and Order.
He is. He's the very best guy. He's the oldest now, I think.
More
That
than
dude
likely.
was on there for quite a while.
Yeah, I don't think he's been on in several. Of course, I don't actively still watch Law and Order because I'm not a 85-year-old man. Andrew,
Yeah.
first of all, shut up. Anybody who's... I know what y'all were thinking. Be quiet. Anyway, that being said, I guess we should get into the actual wrestling portion of today's show. shouldn't we?
Is it actually
do that?
This show is called Pro Wrestling Throwdown, is it not?
But there's
That's
always
true.
bullshit too.
There is always bullshit, but the bullshit comes later.
Well, before we get into that, why don't you tell them what we got on the deck for later today?
Well, we are, as I've already said, we've got to do a recap for the Elimination Chamber, which is our huge news piece coming out. Also
Yes.
for our international fans and those who follow NJPW. Battle in the Valley happened almost in tandem in Japan last night. We're going to be doing our drawing for the month of, January.
Yes.
So our winner of this month's or last month's free merchandise is going to get named tonight.
The reason that we're drawing now for December and there wasn't a January one is because due to Christmas, we wanted to make sure that who got able to get in on the thing, we wanted to make sure they
While
had
we're
enough
drawing
time.
for January, not December. is what you're
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. So we got that going on. We've also got to do, we're bringing back a couple of old segments. We're going to bring back the Wreck of the Week, Today in Wrestling History,
I'm
which we
excited,
did last
man.
week. So we got a lot going on, always with Max's birthdays and bullshit. So let's get right into it. What is one of our top stories of the week? Big Bad John. I know what it is. Now this is my wheelhouse. If you don't
Hey,
mind,
bro.
we've got WWE financial news, baby. It was reported earlier this week that Vince McMahon is asking for a reported $9 billion for the WWE, pending the sale that we've referenced a number of times. Hello, Astrid. Welcome to the show.
Well, sure.
Now, the obvious series of commentary on this announcement is that he's asking for too much money because their valuation is really only at about 6.3 or 6.4 billion. Well, that's not really how stock margining works when you're selling a multi-billion-dollar company.
Caleb,
Yes.
how does that work?
Okay, so they're valued at 6.4 billion. So that means that they can produce anywhere from an 8th to a 10th more than their projected revenue stream
Okay.
multiplied by. So while they're valued at 6.4, their valuation could be anywhere from 40 to 60 billion. That is if you look at their market outreach, their network connections, their sponsorships, the amount of revenue coming in versus going out, the amount of airtime they get just by the CDC alone. So they're worth a lot more than that. You're only going to get, however, in the realm of that asking price, your genuine valuation. What Vince is doing is what's called a prop sell, basically, where he wants to meet a certain end above their current valuation towards the company's overall economic outreach. So him asking $9 billion is actually relatively on the low end. If this were another $6 billion company that was privatized, or I'm sorry, that was publicly traded already, that could be sold, you could be asking for close to $11 to $12 billion, which is almost double its valuation, because it's specifically an entertainment company and not a goods and commodity company. That's why his valuation is probably going to hang around 9. He won't get 9. If anything, he'll get between 7 and 8 billion, but that already puts him up 1.5 points above his current market valuation, which means not only will he recap the entire worth of the company, but he'll recap the investment value of the company when he turned it public. Basically,
Okay.
he'll get back all of the money he's ever put into it, plus a little, and then whatever the new shareholding company will be fiduciarily responsible to make those payments, either through stockholders or if they've got a DUNS rated high marginal raising factor, then they can pay it directly from their own account.
So they can pay directly through the douche. I get it.
something, yeah, they can pay directly to the douche. Basically, whoever buys it, if it sticks at that evaluation, they won't need a buyer's conglomerate. They'll have the capital on hand to buy it outright They'll probably offer Vince McMahon when Instagram was bought out by when WhatsApp was bought out by Facebook, right?
Yeah.
They technically only had a $2 billion valuation, but they made $18 billion on the sale. What happened was they got paid out $14 billion in stock options with $4 billion in hard cash. So whatever buyer, which is nominally, as we discussed before, is going to be a major network, they'll probably get, if they stick between that $7 to $8 billion ratio, they'll get $2 to $3 billion hard cash, and the rest will be laid out in stock options for Vince and later time.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And it pays back their shareholders as well. So that entire investment circle is closed. And
Well,
I
not to mention he
understand that
wants a little bit of that extra money because he needs to spend it on places.
everything I just said may not make a lot of sense, but the point is the major argument was that the company's not worth as much as he's asking, and that's not true. It's
That's
worth
not true at all.
a lot more than he's asking, but it's not worth as much as he's going to get a physical buyer to buy in quickly. If they
Also,
had 2 years to plan the sale, he could probably get close to $15 billion.
so what you're saying is if Vince was in, if Vince was in more control of what he's doing now, rather than what he is doing now,
Yeah.
legitimately, he might have asked for more money.
He could have, and again too, though, it's all about time. They would need if he's gonna sell to one entity, the longer that deal takes, the higher the valuation the company would get.
Makes sense. Totally makes sense.
So if he wants to sell directly, that's why they have to do it. That's why he wants to do it so fast. Number one, he's not getting any younger. Number two, it's easier to get a blanket payout from one major corporate entity than it is to allow a number of small companies to raise the money.
Okay.
And even though he would get more of that would still be stockholder buyouts, and those would be shares of a financial institution rather than just cold hard cash.
Okay.
And so what Vince wants ultimately is to get as much money up front with as little share responsibility after the fact.
And out.
And
like
the
the
only
Deuces.
way you do that is if you sell quick.
Correct.
Because he doesn't want long-term financial
Well,
restitution.
he
on
wants
the
in
sale.
and out
He
before
wants to
people
sell
find
it-
more shit out about him.
Well, he wants to sell it quick and be out of it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't want to be on another board of directors. I'm sure he's in his 70s now.
Can you blame him?
Not at all. Even disbarring his financial and legal problems, or not financial problems, but his legal issues. If you want to make a sale like this as quickly, you sell to one group fast. That way they take the full control, and you don't have to worry about becoming another board of directors. You don't have to worry about delineating more shares or more stocks for companies he wouldn't directly be involved in. This is the easiest thing for him, and it's the easiest thing for the current WWE shareholders because they can buy directly into the mother company and keep the same amount of money they're getting.
Yeah.
They're not going to lose any money on the deal. Vince will make more money than the deal's worth on the deal, and everyone walks away happy.
Especially the douche guys.
Especially the douche guys. So anyway, there's the financial report. You're welcome. For those of you that followed and understood, appreciate you. For those of you who didn't, don't worry about it.
I don't worry, I didn't either. That's all right.
Don't worry about it. This is one of my favorite things to talk about.
Thanks for the nap.
Corporate America. Fuck you, bitch. No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Corporate America, baby.
Hey, it happens. sometimes.
Also, don't drink, don't smoke.
James, you gonna let him talk to me like that?
Yeah, James.
Yes.
I don't know who the fuck she's talking
Yeah.
about. What's
Oh,
our next topic?
Kayfabe, kayfabe. Oh, the AEW video game has been delayed again.
Is it still due to the rating?
So the last delay was due to softwaring issues. This one is for the fact that they can't get above a teen rating, and they really want to branch out into something more tailored for their adult fan base, where they can display the type of matches they have legitimately in AEW.
Well, I heard that the reason that they weren't getting a teen, that they want a teen,
Yes.
the reason that they don't is because the female superstars are capable of bleeding
Right.
on the video game, which they want to keep. And I agree. If you're going to have
No, they want the freedom for their female superstars to bleed.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the limitation is the teen rating won't allow for that.
Exactly.
So they want an adult rating because they want it tailored around the actual matches that happen in AEW.
I think that if you're going to buy a video game or anything you buy that's based on some form of either sports or movies or something, it's like getting a Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
And not being able to use a lightsaber.
Yeah,
Or a video game and not being able to use a
You
lightsaber.
want it to be as close to the source material as possible.
Exactly.
And if I, as an AEW avid fan, want to recreate the Lights Out match with Thunder Rosa and Dr. Britt Baker,
Which is one of the selling
which is
points
one of the selling
game.
points of the game, then I should be allowed to recreate it in its entirety. Now, the WWE, obviously, because they went public and had to have the PG rating, had to tailor their video games away from blood.
Mhm.
Because now there's, I think, the security setting if you allow blood or not. But remember, that wasn't the issue back when we were playing SmackDown versus Raw, 2005 and 2006. You just get busted the fuck open and you bleed like a pig. Especially if your specialty match was last man standing and you and your brother had an hour-long wrestling match on that video game where he did everything he could to beat your guy in a last man standing match, and then you hit one finisher and win and piss him off.
When they finally introduced the first blood match
Yeah.
into the game.
Yeah.
Well, and remember, too, even since the 1990s, when we still had wrestling in arcade games, there were games that had blood.
Yeah.
We're not talking about, WrestleMania 3 on fucking arcade in 87.
Right.
Oh, but Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat, actually, you turned me on to a documentary series on Netflix that talked about the blood in the first Mortal Kombat game and all the stuff that went around it.
The religious organizations that got involved.
Is that what it's called? High Score.
High Score,
yeah. Game Over, man, is a
completely different movie.
Now remember, too, though, one thing, and this goes again with financial news, weirdly enough, the only reason AEW isn't currently in the black, which means it currently in a place from profit from their primary investment, is because of the video game.
Yeah.
So the only reason they're not actively making money is that they're funneling profit into the video game, and it's been delayed 3 times. Now, we all saw what happened in 2007 when TNA released their video games.
Terrible.
And they put so much of their infrastructure into it, and it failed miserably.
Felt bad.
They lost an entire division for Spike TV.
Well, when they went to Midway, which wasn't a gaming, wasn't a sports gaming, wasn't a wrestling gaming company, and they went to Midway, which was more of a football and like a soccer and stuff like that game style. That's what ruined TNA because they didn't want to make a WWE game.
No.
They wanted to make something with a story that you had to follow and this, that, and the other. What they failed to realize is that most people who buy video games, yes, I am an avid WWE game.
Yeah.
I love wrestling.
But we like GM mode and be able to make our own wrestlers. I give a fuck less about the story.
I like being able to just build a match, a card,
I like
and then
playing
play it.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to just do storyline mode. There was a game, WWE for the GameCube, WrestleMania 18 or 19, I think, where it had no wrestling whatsoever. You were trying to beat up Vince McMahon, and you had to go through and beat up bad guys.
Yeah.
There wasn't a wrestling ring even in the fucking game.
That's sort of like when Mortal Kombat released, what was it, Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks? And you just played through as Kung Lao and Liu Kang.
Backstage Assault.
Backstage Assault rocked, though.
It did, but it wasn't a wrestling game.
Well, now there was Def Jam, but Def Jam
had a wrestling ring.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. However, for those of you that don't play wrestling video games, play Def Jam.
Yeah,
Def Jam's so much fun.
both Def Jam games.
Arguably the best wrestling video game.
There's an argument for it.
So here again we are. AEW has released the video game again.
Yes.
Which means more money being put into branding, restructuring the game, paying digital software programmers. And remember, too, Kenny Omega's at the spearhead of this fiasco. And his contract's coming close.
Yeah.
They're already up for renegotiation. We know that there's some unrest backstage between Tony Khan and the Elite. Is Kenny Omega going to be there before the fucking game is finished?
Here's the deal. Half the roster that they pushed in the game to begin with is gone.
That's true.
Hasn't been on TV in
Cody's
years.
Gone.
Cody's gone. Scorpio Sky hasn't wrestled on TV in 9 months.
That's true.
You have CM Punk. You have Joey Janela. There's several
Private
people.
Party.
Yeah, there's several people in the game that aren't there.
Yeah.
Right now.
And FTR, who is there, and again, greatest tag team in the world, isn't in the game.
They weren't even included in
Which is wild to me, but we'll talk about that in a later date. So
WWE 2K24, don't worry about it.
You're goddamn right, baby. Come on home to New York. We got all the money in the world for you. So that closes up our bit about the AEW video game getting delayed. What's next, Big Bad John? Charlotte Flair has.
Is that Cher?
That is.
I believe in love after love.
Oh no.
No?
I believe.
You know, here's the deal. She wrestled Sonya Deville a couple weeks ago for the title.
Cher did, really?
No. Well, that's who that is. But they wrestled each other. They were the same fucking person with different colored hair.
Yeah.
It looked like a mirror match from the old Mortal Kombat games.
Yes.
It's just terrible. Anyways, what was she doing?
She's been tapped to be the host of this year's Daytona 500.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which is
another... Ray and Dominic going to race again?
Hopefully not. Which is topical because we get to see... oh, Jesus, don't start. Because we get to see another celebrity extension of what the WWE Universe can provide, tapped into everyday life.
Yep.
And we used to get Stone Cold on Nash Bridges,
yep,
which we talked about, and on Celebrity Deathmatch. If you
Foley on heels.
Foley on heels and on...
Or, I'm sorry, Evil, a good and evil is what he was on. He was a wrestler. He wrestled the devil.
Foley was also in an episode of Boy Meets World. No, I'm sorry. He
Yes.
was on an episode of Sabrina the Teenage
He
Witch.
was also in an episode
Vader,
of Boy Meets
Vader
World.
was Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Vader, Paul Bearer, and Mankind, and Jake the Snake Roberts were all in that episode.
Were they really?
Yes,
I
they
didn't
were.
remember that.
Because Jake the Snake Roberts, it was be wrestling with Jake the Snake, and
Yeah.
Mick Foley was in the ring, and Vader come for the save.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
you
so he was
remember
in that as well.
The episode of Charmed that had Booker T, Scott Steiner, and Buck Bagwell in it with
Yep,
Ron
sure
Perlman.
John Cena on site, The Miz on site,
Well, Batista, Big Show, a number of WWE superstars were on Smallville.
Star Trek.
Fun stuff.
No, seriously, Big Show, the Rock's first actual TV show.
Was that 70s show?
After, I mean, as not the WWE wrestling aspect.
Yeah.
Was Voyager.
Oh, it's just, yeah, you're right.
Yes.
For UPN.
I had actually was just I read about that in a little bit because I was watching Young Rock,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
he talks about that a little bit on
Can
there.
we,
And I know that it's not super factual, so I wanted to check.
Yeah.
at some point, we really have to talk about Chad Lightning. John Wagner says, have to say for my first AFU show, I liked it. Mankind did Boy Meets World once they got in college. I guess I'll have to go back and rewatch.
Yeah, it wasn't the same episode.
Yeah, with Vader,
But
yeah.
Mankind was in that episode.
Oh, that's right,
with
because he
Vader.
came in the dorm room and put, Mankind came in and put, I think, Eric in like an armbar or something, in the dorm room. Yeah. That's right, kids. We watch TV.
Hey, Boy Meets World is good watching. If you don't
Well, first of all, let's be fucking
watch
clear.
Boy Meets
Topanga
World.
Lawrence is good watching.
Boy Meets World.
The main one with Vader was the episode.
Feed it.
with,
I can't do it anymore. I'm getting old.
I married a moose. We don't need consolation. Yeah, motherfucker. I know Boy Meets World. Get out of here. All right, what's next on this goddamn gobbledygook?
He was Father of the Thugs.
That's right. He
He
was
was.
Father of the Thugs. Hey, the XFL
Speaking of The
started.
Rock.
Yeah, speaking of The Rock. As if he didn't have his hand in enough pots. The
Got his
Rock's
hands in all
version of the
kinds of
XFL started, what, yesterday?
Well, an announcement
An
was
announcement
made. I
was
don't
made,
think
yes.
we actually have had a season game yet.
I
I think it's preseason.
I don't know because I looked it up and I couldn't get a clear answer, so I'm not
All
sure.
So, for those of you who aren't aware, the XFL was a venture that Vince McMahon took outside of the WWE in the early 2000s
Thanks for warning, John.
that failed miserably. So, this right before the COVID-19 shutdown, he rebranded the XFL again. This was to tailor directly off of the controversy around the NFL.
Yes.
He wanted specifically his design for the XFL were to be nothing but former NFL draft cuts and A1 first round college draft picks.
He named the XFL because the NFL was being referred to as the No Fun League.
Right. Well, and the XFL was his extreme football league based off of wrestling, but then wanted to rebrand it as an American alternative to football.
Yes.
Basically, but then COVID happened. It took too long to get off the ground. He spent hundreds of millions of dollars getting the infrastructure and then filed bankruptcy. Well, in order to evade a lawsuit about the bankruptcy, sold to a shareholding group headed by The Rock.
Yes.
By
And
The
his
Rock
wife.
and his wife.
Yes.
Ex-wife.
Ex-wife.
So now the XFL is going to be the first ever broadcast, American alternative to the NFL that is held completely by a number of independent buyers and not one conglomerate.
Yep.
And The Rock is following in suit with first round draft picks from college and and third and fourth round cuts from the NFL.
Yes.
So basically, this is going to be a younger, shorter season for pro football players where they can make money, they get broadcast
They
TV,
can be
and will be a
flashier.
step-up league to the NFL.
Yeah, it can be flashier. It's kind of like what they
No,
did
no.
was like NXT and the
There
WWE.
was an opening.
They
game
did start.
on,
Yeah, okay,
on
what
Saturday.
team started?
We're reading. Bear with us.
Renegades. These are all.
So they had a scramble, is what you're saying. They had a scramble.
There was an
Scrimmage.
opening game on Saturday. There's games on Sunday. See if you can
Okay, let me
see.
check it out here.
St. Louis has a team.
You
The
have your glasses
Arlington
on.
Renegades
Uh-huh.
defeated the Vegas Vipers,
Okay.
22-20.
Damn.
The Roughnecks have yet to lose in the XFL with a 5-0 record before 2020, and they played the Houston Roughnecks defeated the Orlando Guardians at 33-12.
Yes, and St. Louis has a team now
And
in the old
there's-
Rams Stadium.
Yes.
There's
I actually have an XFL jersey from before they closed in COVID.
Was it He
They
Hate
closed
Me?
I think there's another game earlier today because it said something about live updates.
So if you're a
Cool,
football
cool.
fan, you've got an alternative
check
to
it out.
the NFL. Watch it.
I'm gonna have to scope it myself.
Check
I
out,
watched every single game before the shutdown.
check out the video of Rock's opening statement. Was actually really kind of inspiring to everybody.
You know what's kind of funny about that? He was on the Titantron for the opening statement for the original
No shit.
original
XFL.
XFL.
Yep.
When Vince opened it, he was the one who came on
Yep.
the thing and like hyped the crowd up.
He really was. Yeah, I do remember that.
That's a thing you didn't know. Because I'm a smart fucking guy. What's next, John? Sorry.
But yeah, no, XFL, man. Any more football?
If you like football, I do.
All
Ooh,
right.
okay.
So
So
look, wait a minute. Hold on. Bacon's back.
Bacon's
Sorry.
back. Bacon has returned. So now we're actually going to talk about a little bit of wrestling things.
All right, let's do it.
Fucking, I wish we would. After we talked about money, video games, and football on
And
a
Law and
wrestling
Order
show.
World.
And Law and Order, Boy Meets World, yeah. Triple H said
You
yesterday.
know what I really like?
What's that?
Married with Children.
I love him. I'm a big Bundy fan.
Alright,
Big
alright.
Ted Bundy guy
Yeah.
over here.
There was wrestlers on there. It makes it a wrestling show.
That's true. Almost every show in the 90s was a wrestling show.
Up yours. Sorry.
Anyway, if you were watching the post-Elimination Chamber press conference yesterday,
Mhm.
Triple H said that they have their eyes on a major free agent, one who may possibly be even bigger than Jay White.
Can I be the guy that says it?
I wish you
I
would.
don't think Jay White's that big. I don't.
To the American, okay, let me say it like this: to the WWE audience, he's not.
No,
To the AEW audience, not that he'll get used appropriately. There.
he is.
He would be great.
But in my opinion, Jay White, everything he's done is in Japan, and Japan
He's a
runs things a
former
whole lot different.
IWGP two-time world champion,
Yes.
former IWGP Intercontinental
No,
champion,
don't get me wrong. I'm not
former
knocking.
IWGP United States champion, and former leader of the Bullet Club.
I'm not knocking the guy.
I'm just giving his role.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm not knocking the guy. He's got accolades.
Yeah.
A mile wide for a list of accomplishments. But what has he done in the States?
Well, and the other argument too is, do you take a former genuine world champion and put him in NXT with a bunch of Florida trainees?
Yes and no. Yes, due to the fact that his teachings to these young men and women.
Well, he's still young. He's only like 29.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Though, but I'm talking about the Neil, the
Yeah.
next in
Guys
line.
with zero wrestling experience.
He could get in there with them and still be able to teach and mold the way that Shawn Michaels is doing a damn good job. He is. NXT's product since he come back into the fold has gotten better.
It looks great. You just have to look at it from two different directions.
I hate you. But seriously, but there's only so much in ring he can do
I mean, I agree with that.
other than
I don't-
maybe a stand and
But
deliver
okay,
match.
I don't disagree that Jay White's experience wouldn't be lent well, but is that where you want to use him? No, you want to put him in the ring.
Well, you're going to put him in the ring, yes.
No, he's good.
But while he's in NXT, if that's the way you decide to go, he can help a lot of people on the way up.
I suppose so.
I mean, unlike the Bullet Club, who is known for tearing people down.
Unfortunately, all of that conversation is nil because we got a release today saying that it's
That he
already
signed with
tended
AEW.
that he signed with AEW and he's going to be popping up in Dynamite, which leads to the question. Who are the other top free agents that the WWE is looking at making a huge investment in? Because there are only two that come to my mind.
Well, I know one.
One's
Okay.
Kota Ibushi.
The other has to be Nick Aldis.
Has to be Nick Aldis. There's no argument. But Nick Aldis, 36 years old, former multiple-time NWA
Maybe
World
Matt
Champion.
Cardona. Now, hear me out. Matt Cardona, of course, known
Formerly
worldwide
as
as
Zack
Zack Ryder. The man has done a lot since leaving.
He has, but I don't think he's at the top of the WWE's top free agency listing.
Depending on what they get from him. He's got a video blog that is like one of the number one watched on YouTube wrestling blogs out there.
Sure.
Now, WWE has access to Up, Up, Down, Down, but it's not the same thing. You see what I'm saying? They also have a podcast, the Major Brothers Figure Podcast, that is number one on iTunes.
Yeah, those are all.
But you can reach. You see what I'm saying? The
His
reach.
his reach is one thing. I won't disagree with
And he
that.
also already have his wife, Chelsea Green, or his fiance. Why not take him
Nope.
and the other Major Brother?
Yeah, no.
Him and
no.
Myers.
Fuck Brian Myers.
I love him. He's the most
Okay, but
professional
can you see Matt Cardona's name on the marquee at WrestleMania?
wrestler. Actually, in Triple H's society, yes, I can.
I don't get it. I don't see it. I just don't. Nick Aldis, I can see. Ibushi, I can see.
No, I'm not saying it is Matt Cardona. I'm just throwing people out there that it could. I honestly, if you want my honest opinion, I think you're right.
It's got to be.
It's got to be Nick Aldis.
I really fucking hope so.
And Kairi Sane, which we'll get into here in a second.
She did just drop the IWGP Women's Championship.
And if all they wanted her for was a platform boost,
They got
to
it.
boost that title, they've got it already.
True.
There was talk that she was going to be in the Rumble, and things got joltered.
South with
and she wasn't.
JPW, yeah.
Maybe she was upset with that. She is one of the when she becomes a free agent, she will be one of the number one free agents in the world, because every time somebody says they have a major acquisition, a major sign,
Everyone always thinks it's a guy.
Everyone always thinks it's a male.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be a
What's
male.
up, Aragon?
I mean,
It's
it's
part of the
probably
show.
going to be a male, but it doesn't have to be. There are so many top professional women wrestlers
Agreed.
in the business today. It could be anybody.
They both won.
Find another one.
Like Jimmy King, you can beat
Oh,
up
it's actually-
anybody.
You can beat up anybody. Came back to whoop all three.
All of them.
They want to be on camera.
Still Cage.
That's all right. This is Tipsy. She's going to be my new cannibal and say hello. She just doesn't know it yet. You're right.
Some orange juice and
Don't you
No.
give my baby all right, so now that I'm
Oh, she wants daddy.
now
some
that I've
tang in your
effectively
face.
played
Tang in your face.
enough cats
Tang-
today. Oh, Jasper. All right, sorry, y'all. Look, we got a ton of animals in here. It's fine.
All right.
That's not including the people who actually do the podcast.
Also, I think I said this already before, but John Wagner, thanks for the warning.
Yeah.
But no, it could be Kerry. I'm going to say Nick Aldis.
Nick Aldis is at the top of my list. Ibushi with a close second,
Only if they give him what he wants.
which is to be a trainer at the performance. Well, not a trainer, to work actively with young superstars is something he's requested.
Also, he wants specific storylines.
Yeah.
He wants to do things a specific way. And you can do that. You
Yeah.
can have that.
Well, he doesn't want to get Shinsuke. He doesn't want to go in as the number one
No
free agent
one
from
wants to
Japan
get Shinsuke.
and then not
No.
get used the right
Even though people can complain how Shinsuke has been used at all, but Shinsuke,
way. He's happy. He's making tons of money. Don't worry about that.
he had an opportunity to leave
And
and
he
was like,
decided to
why
stick
would I
around.
do that?
Yeah.
I'm making a lot of money and having fun.
Yeah.
There you go.
What do we got next, Big Bad John? I don't know, man. I'm just working.
Hey, we're going to get into
Is it time to talk about Elimination Chamber? Okay, so we decided this week that...
Can I set out the first two matches?
No, you
Because you
cannot.
ain't gonna like what I have to say.
We decided that we wouldn't waste a whole lot of time recapping Raw and SmackDown because we had the pay-per-view. But before we get into the chamber, we absolutely have to talk about the Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn promo on Monday Night Raw.
It was great.
Didn't watch it.
How dare you?
Spank me about it.
Wow.
I was,
No,
it was
good.
taking care of my husband.
It was incredible. Sami Zayn basically comes out to the ring, talks about where his destiny is going, that he's got to defeat Roman Reigns at the Elimination Chamber. He calls out Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes comes out, asks Sami, basically says to Sami, I believe you can do it. It seems like these people believe you can do it. Do you believe you can do it? They have a tremendous exchange. Cody Rhodes basically ends up saying, I left to come back here and finish my story. Michael Cole said on commentary when I won the Royal Rumble, finish your story, kid.
Yep.
Sami, I'm going to finish mine. Now you go and finish yours. The entire crowd ate every second up. I got chills just talking about it. I got chills watching it. What a great fucking promo.
Well, not only that, but
That right, Max?
That's right.
if there, and we'll get into this match.
Oh, we're going to talk
in
all about
order,
the change.
But here's the thing: if you didn't believe in Sami Zayn,
What if I bowled?
you can always believe. But if you didn't believe in Sami Zayn, last night he made everyone.
I can't disagree at all.
That fucking, we'll get into it.
Oh, we're going to talk about it.
Sami Zayn, if they don't pull the trigger on him sometime this year, leave. At the end of your contract, leave. Go somewhere that's going to appreciate you, because I'm telling you right now, you're a storyteller, and it was a damn good one.
Okay. Do we want to get into the gobbledygook that was the Elimination Chamber? First of all, it was
Really.
a damn good pay-per-view
Eh.
all around. None of us
Yeah.
can disagree with that.
I can disagree with the first two matches.
But we opened with the Women's Elimination Chamber. Now, wait a minute. Everybody just wait a minute.
Elimination Chamber was very mid.
Hold on. Before we get into all that. I gotta look back here. Pop's gotta educate the people at home.
Oh, Lord.
So as you know, this is the end. Elimination Chamber marks the end of this season's point race.
Yes.
Now, before we get into the recap of Elimination Chamber, we should do a recap of the current point standings, and then we'll do a recap of the point standings after the fact. So just so everyone at home is aware, this year, for the first time ever, Luke is not walking away with the season title.
Hey, here's the deal.
As a matter of fact, Luke's not even walking away in second place.
No.
Luke is leaving this season, or going into Elimination Chamber, with 55 points.
Yep.
Max, you walked into the chamber with 56 points. And I walked into the chamber with 59 points. Now, we're going to talk about the chamber. We're going to talk about the calls we made, the predictions we made. And then we're going to tally up the points. And then we're going to talk about who walked away this season's winner. We'll get into all that right after.
And then, of course, we will, the strap. Who gets the strap?
Depends on you ask nicely.
Ooh. No, and then, of course, our punishments at the end of the year are always for Mania.
For WrestleMania, yep.
So that goes without saying. We'll talk about that later.
Real quick, before we get into Elimination Chamber, I feel like this is the appropriate time.
All right.
If this is your first time tuning in, you can find us at Facebook at facebook.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown. You can follow us on Twitter at ProWrestlingTV. You can send us an email at ProWrestlingThrowdown@gmail.com. You can follow us on TikTok at ProWrestlingThrowdown1. And you can check out Streamlabs.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown, where you can access the
Merch store!
And over at the
Merch store!
You lazy motherfuckers.
Fuck off!
You were supposed to scream merch store after I
Merch
said that.
store!
Thank you. Somebody around here. Check out
Merch
Streamlabs.com/ProWrestlingThrowdown.
Yes.
Hey, welcome to the show, Liz. Thanks for tuning in. You can check out the merch store where we have all the Pro Wrestling Throwdown swag. We've got shirts, hats, cups, shoes, bags, you name it. We got it. Yoga pants. We don't have my phone number there. It's not on the web. It better fucking well not be on that goddamn website. So check that out. Every single dollar you spend gets you entered into our end of the month drawing for a piece of free merch, and every dollar you donate, if you decide to do so, all of that money goes back into the show for software, for more equipment. We don't take a cent of that outside of the show. We totally invest it for all of your guys' entertainment. Thank you for your continued support. And as always, if you are on Facebook, make sure to find us over at Facebook at the Pro Wrestling Throwdown group that our producer Max is the primary admin on. We're trying to expand our audience over there. Also, if you're watching right now, make sure to like the stream for us. That always helps with our engagement. And now that I've said all that,
we are not going to make the drawing just yet. It'll be a little bit later in the show.
but we are doing the drawing.
Yes.
Also, real quick, if you're watching and you have not subscribed, if you subscribe during the live stream, and this goes from now on, if you subscribe during the live stream, we will give you 5 entries into our monthly giveaway.
Subscribing.
Just for subscribing.
To the
But
podcast,
it has to be,
or to the
has
physical
to
show,
be-
or
yes,
to one of the
yes.
groups.
No, to the podcast.
Gotcha. To YouTube.
It has to be during the live stream, and we'll do this every week. You subscribe during the live stream, you get entries into our giveaway.
Now, if you pull your subscription away, we will know, and your names will be pulled out of that.
And you're going to receive an angry letter
from Katie's mom from Beyond the Grave. Reach for the sky, boy.
Reach for the sky. All right, let's get into the actual wrestling portion of the show. Hey, Wolfie, welcome to the show. Liz, welcome as well. Excuse me. All right, so we got to talk about. Let me get into my notes.
Monstrosity.
Yes, 1 second. Okay, this is where I took it all. So I took really extensive notes for every match, save the main event because I really wanted to enjoy it. We opened up with the Women's Elimination Chamber. Asuka, Carmella, Raquel, and Nikki entered into their pods, and Natty and Liv started out the match.
Yes, sort of.
Do you want me just to read what I wrote? Would that be better than all of us?
Liv Morgan sucks, and that's all that matters?
Well, I may have that in there. Actually, I do have a note for you here in a minute. Here's what I'll write.
Okay, you just go and we'll pitch in as we go.
Asuka, Carmella, Raquel, and Nikki entered into the pods. Natty out next, Liv out last. Liv and Natty will start this match. Liv and Natty have some great chemistry. Raquel Rodriguez first out of her pod. Raquel's splash sucked. Next, neat little three-way spot on the outside. That's whenever Raquel had one in the fall-away slam position and one on her shoulders.
Yeah, that was pretty decent. That was a pretty decent spot.
Once they got back in the ring, they botched something. I don't know what it was.
Everything.
Nikki Cross out next. Liv took that post straight to the face when she got Liv Sabu Morgan.
Yeah.
Whenever she got wrenched up by, I want to say it was Raquel, she took every bit of that.
Yes.
No, it was by Nikki.
Yeah, every bit in the face.
Not a strong showing from Raquel.
Is
all.
Nikki's crossbody on there?
Yeah, that's my next one. Nice crossbody from Nikki from the top of the pod. She goes up to the top of the pod. She comes crashing down on all four of them.
Other than that, it wasn't all that exciting.
Carmella's out next. Carmella goes straight for the elimination, which was brilliant.
After the
Of course,
glass
After
room.
the glass broke.
That's Carmella. That's typical.
And then I wrote, and then undoes everything cool she just did until Nikki and Raquel spill through the pod that she locked herself in.
Yep.
Which was kind of funny. Raquel eliminates Nikki. Camera missed it.
The camera.
Yeah.
How do you miss?
Completely.
An elimination in the
But-
elimination chamber?
Yeah.
What's bad about it is it wasn't a missed camera angle.
No.
There were ads playing during the
Yeah.
fucking whatever
Yeah.
their recap of shit that didn't fucking matter.
Camera
Who
misses
the
it.
fuck does that?
Right.
I wrote, Raquel is awful. Beautiful sunset flip powerbomb from the top of the pod by Liv to Raquel.
Little shaky.
A little bit, yep. Nice pin attempt there after Carmella because she dumped Liv and goes for
Yep,
the pin.
yep.
Again, smart. Asuka's out. House of Fire. She's great. Raquel's awful. Again, in all caps this time.
And it's sad because she was
Your pick.
my pick. I thought,
All of your picks. You fucking losers. Nice missile drop kick from Liv to Asuka and Codebreaker to Natty.
the code breakers were slow, and
The first one she hit on Natty will look good, though.
the rest of them, they looked like
Yeah.
they were well too thought out.
I have in all caps, nice submission double by Natty and Asuka. Liv submits. You're welcome, Max. And I literally wrote that. Liv submits. You're welcome, Max.
That made me so happy.
Well, she didn't submit. They claim that she passed out.
Yeah.
I don't
And
give
here's
a
the
fuck.
deal.
She was eliminated.
Yeah, she's gone.
Well,
All
when
I
they
cared
put her in
about.
the sharpshooter, and then
They should've
Asuka
started
went for
with
the
that.
armbar thing that they did to her,
Mhm.
I was like, "What? She's gonna smile like she's retarded," and then all of a
Oh,
sudden,
don't use that word.
I'm sorry. She's gonna grin like she's retarded, and then she's gonna pass out smiling. And what happened? She passed out smiling.
You're right. Carmella eliminates Natty with a
Grin,
super
remember?
kick,
Grin.
while Natty has Asuka in the sharpshooter. Natty out. Shitty chop block. That was the
Bad.
one Carmella threw.
Oh, it's terrible.
Raquel gone, in all caps, thank God. Close fall by Carmella.
Shoot passed out.
No, that's a
No.
working pass out. Nice pin attempt exchange between Asuka and Carmella. Asuka eliminates Carmella with the Asuka lock. Asuka wins, and in all caps, I'm the smartest man alive.
Okay, well, first off, I would like to point out that the end of that match was choppy. It was kind of choppy. And also, they didn't even allow the submission hold of the Asuka lock to be fully locked in before she tapped
It
out.
doesn't matter. We'll take it. She gone.
But what I'm saying is, y'all, seriously, how long y'all been doing this?
Lock your shit in, please.
Seriously,
Preferably.
and the referee, which by the way, we'll talk about some referees later.
Yeah.
Referee, knock it off. You know what wrestling looks like. If that move isn't, you see Asuka do it 87,000 times a year. If it's not locked in, don't ring the fucking bell.
I agree completely.
It look and you can see it in Asuka's face where she's just kind of like,
Yeah.
really? Like
Yeah.
you didn't even let me lock it in. Like I don't know, man.
RYN says Moonwalking Carmella was my pick. Well, you were all wrong. Asuka won.
I used my save though.
You did.
so-
That's true. You did. But it doesn't matter because I'm the smartest man alive. I also
No,
used
you're
my
not.
save in that match and I didn't have to. And now I don't have anything else I can use it on because it's our last show.
Season's over.
It's all right. I still won.
Let's
Well,
see,
it's
if
not our
you
last
had
show.
used that-
It's the last show
If
of the
you
season.
had used
Yes.
that later on,
Yeah.
you
I
kind
would have. I should have used it on Bobby and Brock and just
Yeah.
picked Bobby.
Uh-huh.
But then I still would have been out of save.
Yeah.
But if I used it on Brock, I would have used it. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because it's still. Bork Laser versus Bobby Loosely.
All right, hit us with the next slide there, Big Bad.
Alrighty.
So this one, as we talked about last week, Max was sure that they made an announcement.
There's,
Of,
of
oh, never
course,
mind.
Asuka.
Sorry, there's Asuka with her celebration victory.
what my
First-
mistake was is they had announced for the contract signing on
Right.
Raw. So it at the time it wasn't technically
Yeah.
official.
If we want to go back to that slide real quick with Asuka, there's a really interesting point about her. She's the first ever women's superstar to win an Elimination Chamber, a Money in the Bank, and a Royal Rumble match.
And a Roman match. And if she wins at Mania, she'll also be the first to win a main event at WrestleMania and those accolades all at the same time.
Oh, that's true. She's the only Grand
She'll
Slam
be the Iron Woman of
of
professional wrestling.
Yeah, good point. I'm sorry, Grand Slam champion. Yeah, that's what I meant
Yes.
to say. All right, next slide, please, Big Bad John. We had Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar. Was officially signed into work on Monday, so that's why we took our picks on the interwebs about it.
The interwebs.
Wolfie says was going Nikki Cross, but glad Asuka got it. So am I. Trust me.
I just
the hell would
don't
you go
want to
for
see
Nikki
Asuka
Cross?
and Bailey for the Belair for the 87,000th time.
In a Mania setting, it's not going to be a Raw match.
I sure hope
In a
not.
Mania setting, it's going to be. That was the best alternative for Bianca out of that pick. Who else? Raquel's terrible.
Nikki Cross is
No,
pretty good.
not good enough to wrestle Bianca at Mania. She's not.
Dude, if I had to pick, I mean, Liv Morgan would have been a better.
Liv Morgan was a better choice than Carmella and Nikki were.
Carmella didn't even need to be in the
But
match.
Asuka, no way. Asuka was the best pick, and she's going to get the best match.
Technically, you had an elimination chamber where you had a bunch of nobodies.
And
Yeah.
Asuka,
And Asuka.
yeah,
I
basically.
mean,
yeah.
you didn't have a Bailey. You didn't have Becky Lynch. You didn't have all these women who all year
Don't have
long,
Mercedes Moné.
all year long, they've built with Becky Lynch and all this and that and this and that.
wasn't in
Nothing.
there. Yeah,
That is one of the
Bliss
surprises.
should have been in this.
I was surprised by
Yeah.
that.
Lesnar Lashley match was
God.
a total letdown, says John.
Dude.
Carmella for the Heat, says RYN.
Actually, agree with something that John Wagner has said.
See, I don't agree that it was a total letdown, though.
Oh,
Now, that being said, I've gotten used to Brock's matches. I know it's just going to be big move.
just don't
It
understand
wasn't.
why.
It wasn't a letdown.
But it wasn't
because
bad.
I didn't have
High expectations, right.
to
That's a
begin
good
with.
point.
Here's what I
That's a good
expected.
point.
We've already seen it twice, and
I-
it was the same thing.
Here's what I
both
expected.
times, and this was just again just
I
it was
expected
the
them both.
exact same thing.
I expected them both to suplex each other, which they did. I expected Brock to hit a bunch of F5s, which he did.
Uh-huh.
I expected Lashley to get a bunch of spears, which he did.
Uh-huh.
I
Here's the-
didn't expect the DQ, so that was a surprising
That
finish.
was all.
Here's-
But as
here's-
far as the structure
here's
of the
the-
match, we got what I paid for.
Question for you.
No.
You fear the F5?
Do I fear it? No.
Why? Why don't you?
Because Brock Lesnar's never going to be in close enough proximity.
No, I'm serious. Anybody to hit the move. Sure.
Well, no. And
Not
also-
anymore.
No, because people kick out of.
Because
4 or
Bobby
5.
Lashley kicked out of 9 of them.
Well, Roman Reigns
Huh.
kicked out of fucking a dozen at WrestleMania
Roman
2
Reigns
years
is
in a
your
row.
champion.
I give a fuck.
Roman
No.
Reigns is your tribal chief.
But listen to me.
Can't be let
This-
down if you have low expectations to start with, says
this-
Astrid. You are correct.
This is the second match
That's
on the
what
card.
I just said,
and we
Astrid.
have 9
She-
F5s.
Yeah, she said it better.
And 12
Jeez.
spears?
There were only, I actually kept count here. Here's what I wrote for this match.
Oh Lord.
Great video recap. Bobby out first, Brock out second. There's only one alpha male in wrestling, Michael Cole, and it's not Brock Lesnar, it's Monty Brown.
That's right. It counts, period, bitch.
Because Michael Cole said something about, which one's going to be the alpha male? And I was like, Monty Brown's not in this match.
That's right.
Brock takes over quick, suplexes, shoots him in a turnbuckle, and dumps Bobby outside. Bobby's back in, spears Lesnar out of the gate, 2 count, second spear, going for the hurt lock. Lesnar counters, F5, 2 count, second F5, 2 count.
Luke, will you read that comment real quick,
Nope.
please?
Oh, I will. Elizabeth Smith says, very moist debate going on here.
That's my little sister.
And Astrid says, we're on a lag. Jeez. I
As
imagine
always.
just talking to you, Max.
Well, why don't you sit on a couch? It's probably more comfortable.
Yeah, lag's probably not
Damn.
real comfy.
All right, back to work here. Crowd is
After
clearly
Sean.
pro Brock. Third F5 attempt. Bobby counters with a spear, teases the hurt lock, hooks it. Lesnar hits Lashley with a low blow out of the hurt lock, gets DQ'd.
Mm-hmm.
So let's stop there, and then I'll read what the rest I had. So we did not get a definitive pinfall.
So you got 5 in the match, F5s.
No, there were 3. No, actually, there were only 2. 2 official F5s with the third attempt.
Okay. Then after the match, he gave Bobby Lashley 2 more and then 1 through the table.
Yes, and that's not discounting the referee that he hit with the 2 F.
You see what I'm saying?
No,
right?
I get it. I get it.
Protect
completely.
your finish.
Yeah.
Y'all are fucking professionals here. Protect your finish.
Brock was mega over in Montreal, says RYN, and I can't disagree
Everything
with that
was
at all.
over in Montreal
Yeah,
last night.
Montreal's a great wrestling territory. No, but Brock clearly was the crowd favorite, which it also is worth saying that a lot of Canadians are racist. Just throwing it out there. It's true.
Yanni, is that true?
I was hoping he would say something. I hope he does.
well, I mean, we're on
we're on a
live,
lag,
so he
so-
might.
Yeah, I hope he does. Then we get into Lesnar, F5s, the ref, and Lashley. Lesnar F5s Lashley through the announce table, then pulls the ref out of the ring and F5s him on the floor. Funny commercial with Seth and Becky. Nice Cody ad. Michael Cole takes a shot at Tony Khan. That's something I want to talk about.
Funny commercial.
That was hilarious.
That's stupid.
Arwell Awani was in the crowd.
Who?
Arwell Awani
Yes.
was in the crowd next to somebody who I can't remember.
George St. Pierre.
Yeah, George R. St. Pierre. Michael Cole references Arwani being in the crowd and says something to the effect of nothing but unbiased journalism. So earlier,
Well, and then
hold on,
Okay.
we'll get to that. Earlier in the day, Tony Khan had tweeted something about Arwani being not being unbiased because he was at the WWE press scrum the night before.
Yeah.
And Arwani's also the only person who's ever been critical of Tony Khan in an interview, saying it was the worst interview he's ever done.
Because
So-
he didn't answer the question.
So, of course, Michael Cole not only peppers the first part in, but hits him with the second when he's like, Arwani, one of the most unbiased reporters in sports entertainment, even if you don't understand, even if you don't get it or something like
Even
that.
if he answers he asks the
Hard questions, even though you won't answer them.
even if he won't answer them.
Yeah, so Michael Cole took a shot at Tony Khan,
Good.
which I was a big fan of.
It all started because Tony Khan said that they hate us and that this is a war.
Yeah.
And Triple H was like, I mean, if you want a war, I drove a tank once.
Yeah.
There
Wasn't
you
a
go.
tank, it was a Jeep with a gunner on it.
That works. Well, same thing.
Same difference.
It's not. It's not at all. I guarantee it.
I'm fine with the DQ. It wasn't for a belt. Good. I'm glad you had a good time. The match
John
was shit.
Wagner says, "Why in the hell would you resort to a low blow? Just back him in the corner hard enough that he broke it, and then do your thing." Well, John, I'll be sure to let Brock if that's what you think about this scripted event that we participate.
Well, hang on, because we need to adjust that, because it's not that the match ended in a DQ. It's that it was Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley, and it ended with a DQ with a kick to the nuts.
True.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was very.
Now, I remember, we mentioned this while we were watching it, I remember probably even just as much as 10 years ago,
Mhm.
one low blow
Was a
was
stern
not
warning.
enough for a disqualification.
Depended on the gravity of the match. There were times when
It did happen.
However,
yes, but
you could you have not worked the low blow, distracted the ref, then got frustrated, then hit him with a chair, and then got the
yes.
DQ?
Yes, that's what I said.
Like a
Really?
vicious DQ.
Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley ends in a DQ with a shot to
And
the nuts.
also, who in the world is going to believe that Brock Lesnar, the genuinely most dangerous athlete who's probably ever been born, won the match by kicking somebody in the nuts instead of just tearing their head off,
That's what I mean.
or lost
Like,
the match?
what?
my point, the low blow, like you were saying, it's not the low blow that I have a problem with. But
I hope you
my
choke on it.
problem with the entire situation is Brock Lesnar and him have this match at
John says Max sees my point.
at Crown
Put it
Jewel.
away. We're working.
At Crown Jewel, Lesnar wins.
Oh.
Yes.
And then Lashley destroys Lesnar like a fucking rabid animal.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we get in retaliation? A kick to the nuts?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well, and then you see Lesnar retaliate too by trashing Lashley afterward. But I still don't disagree.
Yeah.
If you were going to get DQ'd, why didn't you beat his ass with a chair?
Or how about put him in the fucking Kimura and not
let go. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Something that
something.
showed Lesnar's ferocity versus a last-ditch effort to get out of the move.
Quit building the F5 in the spear, especially when the spear is 8 people's finisher. It shouldn't be. It should only be Roman's finisher. I'm sorry, but that's how the fucking
I
shit
don't
is.
disagree.
But
Well, an
if
argument
you're
can
going
be
to
made for
build
Edge.
them two and you're going to build the hurt lock,
Yeah.
build the Kimura, make it submission hold versus submission hold.
Something. They're
Don't
both
just kick somebody in the fucking nuts and end a match on a high-profile pay-per-view.
they're both NCAA champions. They're both high-profile MMA fighters.
You
We
know,
should have gotten more of a fight.
Yeah.
they're both
then-
6 foot something, 300 and something.
Yeah, we should have. This should have been a hoss fight, and it wasn't.
It's
Spit
not-
in his
not-
mouth while you punch him in the eyes.
Right.
It's
That's
not
how that's supposed to
believable
be.
That,
That's
that
kinky.
was
That's
Brock
right, Coach.
Lesnar's only way out.
Well, and that's also not
Fucking
believable
Brock
that
Lesnar.
Lashley would have gone down with a low blow and then got F5 twice and not fought back at
Yeah.
all either. So I can see that. I don't disagree.
No.
That was a
I'm
great
just
point.
saying it's a terrible ending.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying.
To a match that we expected to go basically the way
It should
Yeah.
have at least been entertaining, and it wasn't even
A
entertaining.
Agreed.
match that was no better than we'd seen him do on Raw or SmackDown.
Next, we get into simple chokehold would have been enough, says RYF.
Exactly. Just a chokehold out of ball.
Yeah.
Who we got? Ah, yes.
Excuse me. Edge and Beth versus Finn and Rhea. Judgment Day versus the Copelands.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Adam and his wife.
Adam and his.
Do you want me to read my notes again?
Sure, go shoot for it.
Okay.
You're doing all the work for me. Go.
Nice recap. Judgment Day out first with Dominic.
Uh-huh.
Great entrance with Edge and Beth.
Okay, here's the deal. First off, I'm going to stop you there.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to lower my thing so I have that respect.
So you mean business?
Have that respect for Dominic.
Is that why you wore the fucking bandana on this goddamn
You
show?
leave me and Dominic alone. We're in a world all of our own.
I'm sure. Well, that fucking
Jesus
much is.
Christ.
Hey,
Here's the deal. Here's the deal.
Luke had to have surgery. He knows about hard
I
times.
know what it's like on the inside.
He ran that
I
block.
mean,
out.
I ran that block
yeah,
while I was in
you
there.
do.
Buddy, I know what it's like on the inside. I didn't have to wear a bandana to get there.
Well, I mean,
He didn't
here's
either.
the deal. I
He just
said
took care of his
things
face.
have changed for that man. I never said Dominic was good looking.
No, well, it's fair.
Just saying.
Edge and Finn starts.
Even though he does kind of look Eddie.
Oh, Edge and Beth broke the gender rule. Did anybody notice?
Yes.
When Edge tagged in Beth, Finn didn't automatically tag out.
Yeah,
and
I
they did a
noticed
double
that.
team move.
Yeah. Yeah.
They did the old Hardy Boy double team.
You gonna tell Beth Phoenix to get out of the
I
ring?
ain't saying a goddamn word about it.
I tell Beth Phoenix to get somewhere. It ain't out of the ring.
Rhea and Beth had great momentum, then fucked it up thanks to Dom. That's when he botched that fucking
Yep.
top rope. The first
Yeah.
top rope spot he botched out of fucking 4.
Oh, you don't talk dumb.
I would like to pretend that the motherfucker could work. He's making $1 million a
Hey,
year at his
hey,
age. to
He's
do it.
Rey
And he knows
Mysterio's son.
Fucking David Flair was Ric Flair's son, and he can't fucking work a lick.
Hey. What time is it?
Reed Flair was Ric Flair's son, and he couldn't.
Hey, it's 8 o'clock on the block.
You know, his mom could do a better job than Dom.
Yeah, my mom could also hold her drugs.
That's not all she knows.
That's what Dom does for the Judgment Day. You don't understand what he learned on the inside.
Drug
Y'all don't understand. Here's the deal.
Tell him,
I
baby.
want right now, for the people of this show, fans, if you want this to happen, we'll work out something where we can all gather this together. I want Dom on this show.
See, what I
And then I
heard,
want you to tell Dom all these things.
As the only person in this room who's ever actually been to jail, Dominic can go fuck himself.
I've been to jail twice.
Twice.
I went there.
actually,
I went.
no,
Hold on. I went there
I'm
in
sorry.
second grade on a field trip,
I've
I'm
been
sorry.
there,
and then I went there to pick up my dog once. I've been there
I'm sorry.
twice.
For those of us who've actually spent
Actually,
longer
3
than
times.
processing
you
in
had 50
jail, Dominic can go fuck himself.
Puppy. 3 times you had to pick me up.
you know what?
That's true.
I heard though that he didn't willingly get that teardrop tattoo.
No, they held him down and gave it to him.
They forced it upon him.
Yeah.
I heard they forced other things upon him too.
Hey.
Piece of shit. I'm
He
in the
should
room
just
too.
be glad
Hey.
you weren't there.
Rule number 1 about Fight Club:
Motherfucker, you shouldn't be allowed to
I don't
watch.
know what you're talking about.
Next.
John, that's because you can't stop. Never mind.
I've been in jail 3 times. John Wagner says. I can imagine what those 3 times are for. Can't you?
Bah.
Huh? Huh?
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, Marshall would have welcomed him there. All right.
Yeah. All right. Enough of that.
Registration ticket, fucker.
All right. So I wrote.
I hope
Allegedly.
when this video goes through.
We're already.
Did you hear us jump and everything, and then it gets real quiet for a second, just so you can hear Max come in with chicken fucker?
Rhea and Beth had great momentum, then fucked it up thanks to Dom. Quickly got it back. Beth and Rhea are the stars of this match. Dom fucked it up again with his second top row fuck up spot.
Yeah.
Rhea's really killing it. I want more Beth and Rhea. Beautiful DDT. Finn going under the ring was phenomenal. I've never seen
Fantastic.
anyone do that.
I thought
Fantastic.
I
Did you
saw
get
it
arrested
as
by
I
the
knew
grammar
he was
police,
doing as soon
says
as he
Astra.
went under, but yeah, that was pretty good.
Anyone else crying booking? No.
I cried.
Elizabeth Smith.
But
Anyone else crying booking?
oh,
Nope.
another reason why.
Yeah, so those of you that were watching Finn, to break up the tag, instead of hopping off the apron and chase him around, instead of doing that, he crawled under the ring and popped up out of nowhere. Fucking brilliant. John Wagner, and what do you think for Caleb since you won? Say that. Won, but say that.
What?
What?
I don't know what he said.
You're like
Did I have a stroke?
40
or-
years old.
I read it wrong.
Learn how to write
Say that.
correctly, my
I
brother.
thought he said, "What do you want, Caleb, for a wombat?" I was confused for a minute. I'm
Wait,
sorry.
where'd you get a wombat?
Wherever the fuck you found it.
Finn going out of the ring was phenomenal. Great something cannot put Beth over enough. Great story. Can't
Oh
put
yeah.
Beth over enough.
Yeah.
I wrote in all caps, superplex.
All
That
tags.
superplex was pretty, dude.
Great hot tag.
Yeah.
Messed up the finish just a little, or at least at the falsie. Awesome way to dump Finn off the top rope. It was
Yes.
when they threw
Oh, when they threw
when
Dominic to the
Dominic.
ground, yeah.
Nice dual power bombs. Fuck yeah, women's wrestling is the thing I wrote, which is something I never would have said 3 years ago.
Okay,
No.
here's the deal. Before you get
You
into it.
used to hate women's
did.
wrestling.
Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley
Stole the show.
For
were
sure.
that match,
Yeah.
those two specifically, was what saved this entire pay-per-view for me.
It's like I said before we went on. It's a shame that Rhea has to wrestle Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania
I would
because
love-
I would much rather see Rhea and Beth
Oh
Phoenix
my God.
singles
Oh yeah.
all day.
Oh yeah. All day, every day.
That's
Uh,
what women's wrestling is about.
Nice Rhea and Beth outside. Nice concerto attempt spot. That's when she put Rhea put Beth up on the stairs.
She had the
went
chair
up
up.
the chair. Rhea ducked out.
yeah.
Glam slam outside to Rhea. Edge executes Finn on the inside. Dives outside. Spears Finn. Holy shit, he's on fire. Edge and Beth win with a shatter machine to Finn.
Okay. Here's the deal. That shatter machine that they hit them with,
Textbook.
Oh my God.
beautiful.
It was so good that
Beautiful.
FTR put it over on Twitter.
Well, and when they hit it, and Michael Cole yelled "shatter machine," you can ask who was in the room with me last night. I go, "You can't call it that."
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you can, baby.
They did. Michael Cole's still on commentary. Some of the best shit ever.
Oh, Michael Cole was on
Oh,
fire.
yeah.
The only guy that I don't like as much is that Irish guy from Raw.
I don't like him at all.
I don't.
But Corey Graves was great. Corey Graves during the women's elimination chamber, putting over Carmella at every turn, and just shitting on Byron Saxton.
He
The
shits on Byron
entire
all the time, dude. It's so
Well,
good.
Eat a dick, Byron.
Byron's
Suck a
no
dick,
great.
He-Man.
Astrid says Rhea and Beth would be at least 6 times better. It'll happen someday, though. I fucking hope so.
Oh man.
What
Beth,
they did last night is they ended the Beth Rhea part of this story.
it'll go
Yeah.
now to Edge and Finn, and Rhea's going to move on to Charlotte.
And here's the deal: Monday night, with the Austin Theory Challenge and Edge looking for the United States Championship, if they decided to do that, Finn Balor versus Edge for the U.S. title, take my money.
Brood Edge versus the Demon Finn
Yeah.
Balor.
Fuck yes.
Vampire versus the Demon.
Imagine what the main
Caleb,
entrance
what have I
looks
ever
like.
done that you think I'd go to jail for, Caleb? Be honest since you
For
want to
shit.
call me out. My guy, it was
Oh.
one, a joke. Number 2, you're the one who says that you went to jail, which is why I made the joke. Number 3, you're an adult. Punctuation and spelling are important. Number 4,
Here we
most
go.
importantly, go fuck yourself.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Hey, I almost had it to a
I
T.
gotta make a note of your F so we know if it's 2 minutes.
Too many F's. Too many F's on
All
the show.
right.
John, tax evasion. There you go. That's what you went to jail for. That,
Hey,
Wow.
happened to Wesley Snipes.
that
Wait,
fucking
okay.
livestock. Talk about cow tipping, motherfucker. That's what it was.
What?
That was the joke we made last week about Luke going cow tipping.
That's
what
you're
it
right.
was.
You're
We were
right.
trying to figure out where we said you were. Apparently, you and John were hanging out. Hey, yo!
I can tip cows better than him.
Hey, first of all, my mom's name is Rhonda.
I used to tell her to move over. All the time.
All right, let's get back on track
Oh,
here.
God.
For
Oh, wait, no, hold on. There you go. Okay. All right, let's do this.
All right, so the men's chamber match is next.
Okay, now let's get into the fucking shit of it. Hit it up. Okay.
All right. Theory, Ford, Bronson Reed, Priest out and Paz. Johnny Sameface and Seth Rollins to start the match. Johnny Sameface is Johnny Gargano. I will not be redressing the way I address it.
Okay, before you get into that,
Yes.
perfect two to start the chamber.
Agreed. I even wrote here, decent exchange between Rollins and
Yes.
Sameface. Theory's the third man out. Also, real quick, the history that, Pinky. Remember Cole at the beginning of the match gave like the Rolodex of all of their wins and losses against
Yeah.
one another in NXT.
Yeah.
Was really, really good history on Cole's
Yeah,
part.
it really was.
Theory third out. Theory, Rollins, and Gargano are having fun. That's nice to see.
It really was.
Them chasing Theory around, then bashing him on the inside of the chamber, which is the mock-up of last year.
The beat down in the telephone booth is what
Yes,
they called
yes.
it. Loved it.
Yes. Priest out next. Priest is on fire, and he looks great.
By the way, did you notice that Priest wasn't all like fucking body oiled and shit like he usually is?
Yeah, and
Like,
he
usually
also
he's all fucking.
only
he
slapped-
wasn't last time.
Only slapped his leg twice last night.
Yeah.
It's like
A
you
big
feel?
improvement.
I
You
feel-
think they're watching? You think they're
I
listening?
feel like somebody. I feel like he ought to be listening. Fucking
Shit,
Punishment Martinez. Fucking act like I don't know you. Incredible
know
kick
her.
exchange between all four men
Yes.
was awesome.
We have something.
My watch buddy says, "Fuck Seth Rollins."
Yeah, that's okay.
No disagreements here. Yeah, incredible kick exchange between all four men. Super kick, side kick, super kick, whatever
Yes.
it was
Yeah,
they did.
that was nice.
Seth has such incredible balance, perfect suplex Falcon Arrow combo. Okay, we never talk about that enough. When he gets on that top rope, he has never stumbled, not one time.
Nope, not once.
He hooks that suplex perfectly. He doesn't shake while his opponents are getting their footing.
Nope.
That motherfucker has Shelton Benjamin
Also, I
level
don't
balance.
notice, if you notice, even with all of that impeccable balance, and
Mhm.
he does have impeccable balance, he also guides them into these moves
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
And-
smoothly, and the transitions are so crisp and perfect. You don't
He's
really
got-
notice it unless you're
Yeah.
watching.
He's also, if you ever notice when he does that, he's leaning back the entire time.
Yeah, he's giving
He's
them
not
as
standing
much
straight
room.
forward.
He's giving them as much room as they need.
That's-
It's amazing.
Trust me when I tell you, if you haven't tried to do it before, it's harder than it looks, and it's
It's
hell of a
not
lot
easy.
harder to keep the balance.
Yeah, it's not easy.
That's the 14 fucking stitches in my neck.
Right?
Let's see them right.
Bronson Reed out fifth. Reed cleans house as expected. Reed with a number of power displays, slamming guys around. Small.
That one body slam, dude.
Yeah.
Where he threw him up, caught him, and then dude. It reminded me of a Orton body slam.
Yeah.
It was tasty. It was nice.
Small slip up with Priest and Reed, but nothing horrible and a good recovery. I
Nothing
forget what they botched there, but
It was a catch fall away slam. It was botched.
now it's Montez Ford out. All 6 men in match still. Ford is very impressive.
All right, timeout. Montez Ford.
Stole this match
Oh yeah.
This match was good,
until he got in it.
and then when he got into it,
It was
it was
great.
great.
He is, in 2 years, he's going to be a top guy.
Oh yeah.
No argument.
If not by the
Easily.
end of the year.
I wrote here again, Montez Ford, very impressive. Reed with a ripcord scoop slam, which was fucking cool. 'cause I've never
Beautiful.
seen that done before.
Beautiful.
Nice reverse Hurricane Rana spot
Except
when they were up top.
Oh, okay. I was thinking that one they did for Bronson Reed,
Mhm.
where they did the he had him up on his shoulders. Dude went for the clothesline. He flipped and tried to do the Bronson Reed reverse Frankensteiner.
Yeah.
The camera angle they showed first, me and Johnny thought they
Oh,
broke
I
your
thought,
back.
yes, that's in my notes
Yeah.
later. That's in my
Yeah,
notes
okay.
later.
I thought
This
that's where
one
you
was,
were at.
no, this is the one from the top of the pod.
Okay. Oh yeah, the one where they were all underneath and Damien
Yeah,
Gargano's face come this
this
close.
close. Yep.
Yeah.
Smashing on the
yeah,
canvas.
yeah.
I wrote, nice reverse Hurricane Rana, nice spot with Ford and Priest, even better follow-up spot. I don't
Yep.
know what I was referring there. Ford scales the chamber, crashes down on everyone, crowd landed it.
Okay,
No, crash landed, and it looked great.
It's when he climbed up and he completely
Oh my
turned
God.
himself around.
Mm.
Holding
was
himself
so
up, which I was
fucking
talking to the person I was watching with, and I was like, you know how difficult that is to do in
Did you
midair with
notice
that
what he
position.
did with his feet?
Yeah.
When he's upside down crouched like that,
Hooked.
he flattened his
Yep.
feet,
Yeah.
and then when he let go with his hands, he pushed
Yeah.
with his feet
He
off
had-
to make
he
sure
had
he got
full
the rest
control.
of the way. Beautiful. Beautifully
Nice
done.
tandem elimination of Reed, which basically Priest hit him with something, Rollins hit him with something, or no, Theory hit him with something, Rollins hit him with something, and then
Montez Ford
Ford
with
came
splash.
off the splash. Beautiful.
Also was mentioned on commentary by Michael Cole about Bronson Reed. They sang his praises.
Oh yeah, Reed was great. Clever tease with Rollins and Gargano as they were sitting up on top of the cage.
Oh, how you doing? Well, I'm
Yeah.
feeling pretty good. How about you?
Slap.
Yeah, and then smacked him. Yeah.
I wrote, lots of climbing. What the fuck are we doing? Hurricane Rana spot was cool. That's the one with.
That's the one. That
That's
looks
the
like
one
he
from
killed
the
him.
pod. The other one was with Bronson Reed. You were
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Gargano with the kick spots. Don't know what that meant.
Gargano hit him with the basically the it kicks. On
Yeah, that's
Austin
right.
Theory.
Priest eliminates Gargano with the Razor's Edge, and then Michael Cole gets on commentary. Astrid says 2 bros chilling on a pod, top 5 feet apart because they're not gay.
Well, if it was 6, it would be too much.
It's TikTok thing about hot tub.
Oh.
And then Michael Cole says something to the effect of, "Oh, John, we're just playing, buddy. Relax." John says, "Sorry to come off like that. I apologize to you guys. Got a lot of stuff going on. We're just joking."
You know what we got on right now?
A show.
Podcast. Let's do this.
Michael Cole then references the Razor's Edge being a tribute to Scott Hall,
Yes.
which it is, but Damian Priest has been using it since he got there.
Well, but here's the deal. Damian Priest has also been wearing the blood.
Yeah.
But it's purple. But it's the Scott Hall tights look. And it looks really mean. And here's the deal. Don't sleep on Damian Priest.
No.
He's getting better every week.
Every week. Blockbuster by Ford and Rollins.
Beautiful.
Priest. Picture perfect.
Beautiful.
Ford's going to be a major star.
He is.
Theory and Rollins hit tandem offense to eliminate Ford. They eliminated by pinfall.
Yes.
Scary powerbomb spot with Rollins and Theory. Okay, this is right before Logan Paul got in the ring. But if you watched as Seth was going, it looked like he was stepping for the buckle bomb. But he dropped Theory down before Theory could land flat.
Yes.
And he hit the upper part of his neck. I don't know if anybody else.
Can you hit me with the next graphic here real quick, Big Bird?
Give me just 1 second, because
Okay.
I wrote, this made Ford a star and set up perfectly with Logan and Rollins. While Ford was selling on the inside, they sent in some officials to cart him out of the ring,
Which, by the way, was genius.
which left the number one, got him a ton of sympathy and a ton of heat, a ton of shine.
Well, here's the deal. We thought he was hurt.
I did.
But when we were watching, we thought, okay, maybe he's hurt.
Oh yeah.
And then when I saw Logan Paul, I was like, it's open the cage.
Oh no. I said while watching it last night, I was like, they're just making him a star right now. I didn't anticipate it was for Logan, but I just figured, no, work it, get him out of there.
Dude, it was perfect.
They leave the cage door open. Logan Paul appears, hits Seth Rollins with the stomp of his own.
Hit him with the buckshot lariat perfectly first, though.
Because fuck him. He's the best at it.
Exactly.
Right. Theory picks up the win. Theory retains.
Here's the deal. I called that because, like I said, me and Big Bad John and Max were talking about it last night. They were the only two viable options.
Yeah.
To win that thing last night. Here's the deal, though, and I'm going to pose this question to everybody because I posed it last night. I talked to you about it before we went on the air. Why?
1 second. Elizabeth Smith says, "Did you know Seth is a lactose and Tanner fight?" Lactose and Tanner. I don't understand that reference.
Coletta? I don't know.
I don't know. Somebody put a mute on her.
Is it said that Seth is so pale and it's supposed to be lactose intolerant?
You know what? I bet you she got stuck in the mud and got confused.
Oh, here we go.
It happens.
You were saying.
Like I was saying, Logan Paul comes
Don't drink,
in.
don't smoke.
He hits the stomp, right?
Woohoo!
Wow.
Hits the stomp, causes Seth Rollins to finish. Okay.
Well, sometimes you can step on me.
If we're wrestling each other, right? We've got a match for WrestleMania. You're wrestling Max for the championship. I'm wrestling Max for the championship. Okay. You come in to the match. I'm your opponent for WrestleMania.
Sure.
Yet I've got the United States Championship or whatever belt it is in hand. I'm going to win it. What would possess you to attack me? Not let me win the title and make our match for a belt. And instead attack me and let the champion retain the title, making our match seem lower.
No, I get that.
It makes no sense to me. If he would have jumped in now, if he'd have jumped in, Seth Rollins caught him, turned around, then Theory bashed him, and got the win, that's fine. That's a cheat out. That's cool. But Logan Paul did it purposely for Rollins to lose. What I'm saying is, why would you cost yourself the big money payday of a championship match?
Yeah. 1 second. Astrid says, "Nah, man, Judgment Day would be great if Dominic got his act together. That's just my opinion." I don't disagree. But the likelihood of Dominic doing so in such time where it's going to be relevant is a significantly far and away different conversation.
Correct. But all I was saying was I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on the champion. I'm not shitting on the champion.
Oh, I know.
But
I'm just referencing the
Oh, okay. But at the same time...
RYN, Logan Paul's a heel.
Yes, I know that.
And now it's nighttime. That's also
And
shit we already...
also, Jay Briscoe passed away. You can buy this shirt on our merch store. These glasses are black. This band is green. I thought we were naming irrelevant shit. Here's the deal. No. Here's the deal, and whoever that they get it.
Yeah.
This is fun. We do this every week. My point is, why not make your match more high profile? All I'm saying is you can end it the same way, but do it differently.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't let him do the work.
Well, the obvious is that Austin Theory was able to talk shit about John Cena at the media scrum afterward, which is going to lead to the Austin Theory John Cena.
And I totally get that.
However, in a realistic caveat to that, confidence. Why would I want my opponent to come off of a confident victory over 5 superstars, where he would feel at his best and his peak performance, instead of costing him that victory to get in his head?
Because when I beat him, I can claim you beat 5 people, but it wasn't enough to beat me.
I mean, I guess I can see that. However,
and you know who does that? You know who does that? Heels.
Can I ask you a question? You can get disqualified in the Elimination Chamber, right?
What?
You can get disqualified in the Elimination Chamber? Why didn't Logan Paul just stab him?
Turn out the lights.
Why is it always stabbing?
Because if there are no rules, I should just be allowed to stab a guy to win.
Well, here's the deal.
Go to air to fight.
I do go there.
They stab a lot of people.
Actually, I called that on commentary. Someone did get stabbed, and all I looked at Josh and went, "Cha-cha!" You
know what's fucked up? It would happen to one show I know where we would have both ran on that for an hour.
John Wagner says, a friend of mine and myself discussed this last night. We both agree that Logan needs to start earning his way instead of being handed everything. First of all, what hasn't he earned?
Second of all, he's proved himself pretty good.
I mean,
last couple matches Logan Paul's been in, they've been fantastic.
And the other thing, too, you have to remember that Logan Paul's not a full-time superstar. Logan Paul is an attraction.
That's right.
These are the type of matches that you use to elevate him. Elizabeth Smith says, Jeremiah said Uncle Luke will beat them all. Well,
yes, he will.
No, he won't, but he'll try real hard. Anyway.
That's because Maya knows who the best is.
I've got a video game on my phone. I kick all of them.
I'll beat your ass in gin rummy, though. Fucking come for me, pal.
Hey, as long as we don't got no SpongeBob SquarePants.
So back to goddamn this show that we're doing. Logan Paul setting up to win 3 matches. Come on, says John. Yeah, 3 matches. And again, which he was treated like an attraction. It was the same thing they do with Pat McAfee.
First off, he did better against Roman Reigns than half the roster has the last 3 years he's been champion.
The Undertaker only wrestled 1 match a year for like 10 years, and he's still considered one of the best in the industry. But if you look at the expansion of his matches, he really only wrestled at WrestleMania for like 10 years fucking straight.
And here's the deal, folks. I love the Undertaker.
I love the Undertaker. I'm the biggest Undertaker mark on the planet.
Here's the deal. Other than the last match the Undertaker had, the 6 that were in between those matches sucked balls.
Well, it's not entirely.
They were terrible, and the Undertaker will tell you as much. That those matches were terrible.
The Undertaker-Goldberg match and the Undertaker-Roman match were particularly bad.
The tag match wasn't great.
Yeah, that wasn't his fault, though. That was Triple H getting hurt early on, Kane getting hurt.
No, but what I'm saying is everybody puts, well, he's only had 3 matches. Well, the Taker, the last 7 matches he had, only 3 of them were any good.
Wow. Pat has talent. How the fuck can you say John Wagner, but Pat has talent? Pat has talent. There's a difference. Logan Paul is chock full of talent.
Okay, first off, put Pat McAfee in the ring with Logan Paul and take my money.
Oh, I love that.
I don't. Why Bronson Reed and Vanilla Gargano got showcases here? Bronson Reed because he just came back, and Johnny Sameface because Triple H likes him. That's it.
Not only that, but Johnny Sameface knows how to work within the realm of what Triple H needs.
He just doesn't know how to make facial expressions because he's only got the same
But
face.
when you're in a chamber, you don't need to.
Sure you do. You got to be able to sell.
Well, you got to be able to sell, but...
Oh, no, he's throwing my face in the cage.
But here's the deal.
Oh, no, he's punching me.
You don't have to make facial expressions to do that.
You don't. Yeah, the fuck you don't. You lie.
Let me ask you a question. If I was to punch you as hard as I could, you would sell.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't have a choice. That's my point.
Well,
Johnny Gargano was in there.
First of all, I usually get hit by grown men, so I'll take that under your consideration. But the difference is, if I do no-sell your punch, it doesn't look as cool.
Well, first off, if I'm good,
Well, it makes me look cool, but it doesn't make you look cool.
no.
The job is to sell for the guy to make them look good.
But my point is, with the cage,
not to the trained eye that knows that you're
Fuck,
supposed to be selling
Fuck
things.
that!
Just
Fuck
like-
Johnny's same face and
we're
his
not
no
on the
selling,
same
same facial expression.
Hold
making
on,
ass.
hold on.
No selling piece of trash.
we're
Piece of
not
garbage
on
is
the,
what
we're
it
not on the same page here. What I'm saying is, there's a lot more places to hide the fact that you're not good at it inside a structure like that.
Oh, that I don't disagree with.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
That's why he was put in
Caleb?
there. He can do the work,
Right, but my
and they don't have to worry about him no selling too much.
I'm sorry,
because,
adults are talking.
because you can't see it.
Yeah.
That's my point.
The argument there, though, is that would it not have looked better if, when his face bounced off the cage, he did make a facial expression?
No, it would.
That's
But
my
what-
point.
But what I'm saying is, the reason he got a showcase
Well-
is because he could work within the parameter,
Yeah.
even when
Well,
he's not good at
That,
certain
and they
things.
needed somebody smaller to be fodder for guys like Reed and Damian Priest.
those fucking spots with the
And
Hurricane off.
He
the
works
top
as
and-
athletically
Exactly.
as Austin Theory does. I can see why he was in it. He's
Yeah.
just boring as shit.
Well, who do you got left on Raw? I mean, he was one of the only guys viable that
The
you could
Miz.
put in there.
The Miz.
The Miz
The
didn't
Miz
wanna
would
do
have
it.
been. I don't give a shit. That's what he gets paid to do. The Miz should have been in Johnny Gargano's place.
I agree.
Now that argument, though, is that he wouldn't have been as athletic for guys like
So
Bronson.
pay a
and
guy
Damian
like
Priest.
Logan Paul for spot shows. They do it with Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean that's the idea. He's only worked 4 or 5 spots.
He
Like,
does it for
he's-
Lesnar.
He works 4 or 5 spot shows, but they put him in the right place. And back to the original part of this conversation,
Mhm.
how you can say Logan Paul doesn't have talent
He does have talent.
based off of every single match he's had, even though it's only been 4,
You're talking about him.
he hasn't fucked anything up.
Let me ask you a
He's
question.
looked great.
We've done 20 minutes on him right now.
Yeah, I got a lot less to say about Logan Paul than I do Johnny Sameface.
John Wagner saying what he did in the chat, though, explains what we're saying. You wouldn't be talking about him if he wasn't doing his job.
And he's doing a damn good job.
Exactly. What we got next, Big Bad John?
Who is next?
I believe it's the main event.
Main event time. Oh, here we go. We got a graphic of Austin Theory holding the U.S. title.
Which great.
Yeah.
Uh,
And we
photo
spent so
moment.
much time talking about everybody else, but Austin Theory really put on a hell of a performance.
Austin Theory
He
is your modern day
I
Cena.
think this was his best outing.
I agree.
I think after this is when people are really going to start taking him
Remember,
serious.
before we do move on, I want to make mention of Montez Ford. And that.
Montez Ford was the star of the
That
show.
was the star.
100%
But
star of the show.
This was Austin Theory's best performance himself.
Yes. I didn't want to
Honestly,
go without
To
mentioning
downplay
that.
it would be
Yeah.
nice
Montez
to
Ford.
see
100%.
Theory and
Was
Ford.
that
one-on-one.
injury legit?
No,
By the
the
way?
injury was not
Okay,
legit.
I didn't think so.
It was a reason for them to be able to open that cage.
Leave the cage open for Logan Paul.
Which, again, he had everybody in the palm of their hands.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's what you
Damn
want.
good.
Because here's the deal. I'd pay to see Tez wrestle somebody for a belt.
I'd like to see Tez and Austin Theory.
Yeah.
I think as athletic as they both are, as intense as Theory's
Oh, yeah.
getting, and as intense as fucking Ford's been getting,
You know who I want to
that
see?
could be your modern day Austin Rock.
I
right
want to
there.
see a singles for a championship. Give Montez Ford and Kofi Kingston 20 minutes on a pay-per-view and let them do what they do.
You know who I would prefer over Kofi? Montez and Shelton.
Shelton would be good.
And I know that people watching are just like, oh, just put the 2 athletic black guys. No. Shelton Benjamin was Montez Ford 20 years ago.
That's also
Let the
100%
experience,
Yeah.
hyper athletic.
Austin Theory almost got a hernia picking up Bronson Reed. I can imagine.
I don't think he struggled that bad.
It would be a hell of a lift, though.
Yeah, I
really
think
would
it
be
looked
a hell
good
of a
though.
lift. Yeah, it looked great. Great.
I'm starting to like what they're doing with Theory. He kind of reminds me a little bit of MJF, says John Wagner. I agree with with training wheels still on.
All right, hit us with our next slide, Big Bad Joe.
All right, for this match, I wrote, and I quote, "Incredible recap as always. I'm not taking notes. I'm enjoying this match."
And boy,
And
was
boy,
it a match to
Did we
enjoy.
enjoy it?
Oh, yes.
I didn't watch it.
Roman didn't do a goddamn thing. Sammy didn't do a goddamn thing.
Nothing. They did nothing for 40 minutes. They did
But
nothing.
for 40 minutes, they got fucking the crown in the palm of their hand.
Yeah.
Roman gave Sammy as much offense as Roman could afford to give him without looking weak, and did it in a way that didn't take away from Roman being Roman.
Right.
You know what they did?
No,
They
absolutely.
took Ric Flair, and they took Sting,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a 90s wrestling main event.
Ric Flair Sting
Yeah.
match.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, absolutely.
They traded headlocks.
Yeah.
They traded shoulder tackles.
And then
breathing spots, headlock
Roman
spots.
played the part of Ric Flair and let Sting beat on him. Sting
He took
beating
Sammy out in
Sami
front
Zayn.
It went on to the
in
point
front
that
of his wife.
I actually started thinking that maybe Sammy was going to go over.
There were a couple of points right near the end.
The refs did take more bumps than Roman.
They did, but that's okay.
The ref messed up that one spot.
I thought near the end, probably the last 2 falls for 1 split second, I was like, they're going to pull
They're
the
going to
fucking
do it.
trigger
That's
on
what
this
Max
kid.
said too. They're going to do
Like,
it.
and I'm glad I was wrong, but and we'll talk about the situation afterward, after the fact. But you're right. The Ric Flair Sting comparison is perfect. They made Sammy. They gave him as much offense as Roman could afford to give him. I'll tell you who fucking is the MVP of the match is Sammy's wife.
Yes.
Yeah.
When she's
And
on the
his dad.
outside, she loved you.
Absolutely.
When his dad was like, "No, he deserves it," and sits down, and then Sammy's sister was like, "What are you doing?" And Sammy's dad's like, "No, he had it coming. Fuck that kid." Yes, yes,
Such a
good.
worker.
That's the shit my dad would have done.
Yeah, no, it was built perfectly. The wife was perfect.
She was, brilliant.
She knew exactly what the fuck she was doing the whole time when she was screaming at Roman, "Why are you doing this? He loved you."
Yeah.
He
And
loved
Roman's
you.
talking some shit back.
And Roman's like, "He ain't ever loved me. It's always been about me." And this, that, or he loves Kevin, and she's like, "He loved you." That was the best part of the story. And after he beat Zayn, now we're not going to get into the post match
We'll
shit
get there.
yet. But after he beat him, Roman's sitting there in the middle of the ring with Sammy behind him, and he's just going, "I didn't want to do this."
Yeah.
He's got that look on his face like he was heartbroken
Yeah.
that he had to wrestle Sammy.
Yeah.
In the end, he's sitting there defeated, like, "I didn't want it to come to this. Like, you were my friend. I don't know what to do now." That's playing the Roman Reigns mind game of, who can I trust now?
Mm-hmm.
I've beaten up the one guy who said he loved me, and now he's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And now my own family's starting.
And then
him
you
slapping
immediately,
fucking Roman Reigns. He slapped taste out of Roman's mouth.
if you go back, I told you, if you watch it, when Roman was on his knee, when Sammy was on his knees and Roman was slapping him, Sami Zayn audibly says, "All right, watch for the slap," and gets up and swung with all his fucking might and slapped the taste right out of Roman's mouth. John Wagner says, "I know it's still early, but Zayn and Reigns match of the year. I disagree." RYN says, "I'm sorry, but I love Roman gaslighting during his whole match." Absolutely.
Absolutely, 100%.
That's what made Roman great.
That's what made the match.
I know that everybody really wanted Sammy to win in Canada.
Yes, not gonna happen.
And I can't speak definitively as to whether or not this story is going to continue with Sammy. Maybe he gets put in the mix with Cody at Mania, something. We're going to figure all that out
I think
tomorrow.
what people fail to realize is that the story was never about Sami Zayn.
The story's about Roman Reigns.
The story's about Jey Uso.
Well, Jey Uso coming to fruition with Roman Reigns from the very first start of the bloodline using Sami Zayn.
But at the end now, being slapped when he slapped
Muffed him. Yeah.
Here's the deal. It's all been and it's great, but it's all been a build for Jey Uso. This whole
Jey
time.
was the one who Roman beat on.
And
and
Jay's the
forced him to
last
join the
person
bloodline.
in the last 900 days. He is the last person to beat Roman Reigns is Jey Uso.
Incorrect.
To pin Roman Reigns.
Baron
Jey Uso.
Corbin was the last person to beat Roman Reigns.
They've swept that under the rug.
Baron Corbin is officially the first person to have a victory over Roman Reigns.
But you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's all one big circle around.
It's
back
all
to Jey
going to come to Jay, but again, and let's get to the rest of this because that's going to be a talking point we have for the end of it. John Wagner says, "See, that's what I've been saying." So we get to the end of the match. Sammy loses. Jey Uso hits the ring. No, I'm sorry. Jimmy Uso comes out, interferes first.
Yes.
Interferes, hits Sami Zayn with like 3 super kicks.
And a splash.
And a splash. Sammy still kicks out. Sammy hits him with a haluva kick while he's on the outside.
Yes.
Roman tees up to start beating on Sammy with the chair. Jey Uso hits the ring.
Which that stare.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant.
It looked like Planet of the Apes. He looked like Caesar standing there.
Yeah, two
Staring at him.
fucking
Fantastic.
hands Jay the chair, tells Jay to do it. Jay says he's not doing it. Roman muffs him. As soon as he turns around, Sammy comes in for the spear. Roman ducks out. He hits Jay.
He cut Jay in half. with that
totally.
spear.
Yeah, he did.
And then, of course, lead into the beatdown, which brought out Kevin Owens for the big Canada pop.
After, of course, the spear and the finish. Can we get the next graphic real quick, John, while we're still talking about this match? This is what a steel chair in Roman Reigns' hands looks like.
Jesus Christ.
This was taken in Gorilla once he got back through the
And
curtain.
those are real injury, kids.
That's
real
not
injuries,
fake.
kids. Nope.
And
No,
here's the deal.
It's all Sammy.
Sami Zayn, little Sami Zayn,
Mm-hmm.
El Generic,
Mm-hmm.
went up against He hotboxed with God.
Yeah.
Is what he did. He hotboxed with God. And here's the deal. He walked out on his own.
He did.
Wasn't carried out.
In his hometown.
Wasn't carried out. Got the hero's fucking exit.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the deal. Sami Zayn, like I said in the beginning of this podcast, and I'll say it till the end of time, if they don't do anything with Sami, when that contract comes up, you leave and go somewhere where people will.
Well, I don't. First of all, I don't think he's wanting for appreciation in the WWE.
Well, he should.
Especially at this point.
But he should.
I mean, he's probably. Well, I mean, I don't disagree. I'm just saying he got to be a main player, a main story, and one of the most important stories of the company.
And that's fantastic.
Does he deserve a title run now?
Yes.
And
that's my point. If they push him back to mid-level, leave.
No, he needs to be a top guy from here going out.
Yeah, if you go back to the mid, leave.
But here is the discussion point that we have to get into now.
Yes.
Now that Chamber's over. Because the WWE has booked, and it's booked very well, but if you look at it from the raw eye, this is what you're looking at. 3 potential number 1 contenders for Roman that all of the fans would be accepting of.
Not greater than Mankind. I'll never say that. Sami Zayn greater than Mankind.
Ooh.
I'll never say that. Ever.
That's something I'll think about.
That's something that
we have
never.
We have the fans already have been craving Cody Rhodes' return and his rise to face Roman.
The only 2 things that those 2 mean together, Sami Zayn and Mick Foley, is they both look like Animal from the Muppets. That's the only comparison I'm giving.
We've got Cody Rhodes, who the fans have already wanted to come back for a long time. We have Sami Zayn, who the fans rallied behind. We have Jey Uso, who at the beginning of this story, if you remember on one of the episodes of our podcast, when the first time he beat him down, when Jimmy came back and told him to stop, when you and I both said, he's going to be a fucking heavyweight title contender, and the fans are wanting it too.
Yeah.
So we've got that we've got that cross direction for how many people the WWE is currently, the amount of stars they're currently creating. Below that, you still have to flesh out the Usos and their tag team titles, which the obvious answer there is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Yes.
So then what happens to Jey after he loses the belt? Does Jey turn around and go after Cody for the world title if Cody wins at Mania?
Cody's not going to win it.
Oh, yes, he is.
I think it's going to be one giant swerve. I think he's going to continue to keep it going. Or at least
one,
at least the Universal Championship.
So if he either way though, even on that argument, if Cody loses, do we put Jey directly in the fast track or do we dial back to Sami?
What you do, and this is just my opinion, you're already going to have the tag titles on Owens and Zayn because that's going to happen. So you take Jey, you have Roman be like, where's your title, Jey? I left blah, 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 and I still got mine. Where's yours? It's because you don't try, you're not the blah, blah, you're not the bloodline. You're not blah, 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 blah. And then you have him and Jey. And you have him and Jey at SummerSlam. And you drag it all the way to SummerSlam.
Can you do with 6 more months of programming?
Bet your ass you can. I think you can.
I don't know.
Because then you start your dissension for 6 months. Who's with who? Is Jimmy with Ray? Or is Jimmy with Roman? There's Jimmy with his brother.
That's true.
Well, if he's not with his brother, where's Solo?
We're Solo.
And then you have Sami Zayn in the background, still doing the whole. You're the tribal chief, Jey. It's always been about you, and that's what he told him not that long ago in that promo. My tribal chief has always been you. Mm-hmm. You set up for another 6 months, SummerSlam, boom, drop it.
I don't know. I think Cody takes about the Mania and move away from it.
And if he does, that's fantastic. But if you want to continue this storyline, that's how you do it.
The other thing, too, is you can't separate the belts. I know a lot of people are thinking separate the belts and have Roman lose them independently. Can't. Roman's too big and too far gone. He's got to lose both belts at the same time. Otherwise, it really doesn't matter.
What do you think? What do you guys think Sami meant by what he was saying in the press conference?
Don't have a clue. Didn't watch it.
Didn't watch the press conference. Was satisfied with the paper.
I only got the cliff notes.
All right, hit us with the next one, Big Bad John.
Oh, no. No. What? We're going to go to the next one. Wait, what is the next one?
That's it. We're done with the Extreme Elimination.
Right, but what's the next slide?
I have no idea.
Okay, no, we're not done yet.
Okay.
Go back to the main screen.
Oh, yeah.
Back to the main screen, Big Bad John.
A little weird.
Nope. Wrong notebooks. Yeah, that's what it's about to be, Big Max. It's about to be a point recap, ain't it, Luke?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is, Luke. Where are my points? Where did they go? Here we go. All right. Ending up.
What do you got for me, man?
Final tally at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Luke, you took 3 points.
I did.
A total of 58. Max, you took 4 points using your save, bringing you to a total of 60. And I took 4 points. My save didn't matter. Bringing me to a total of 63 points to close out this season. And as the official Season 3 #1 point holder. You're welcome, America.
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you very much. It was a hard-fought battle for 3 years, but I finally
And here's the deal. This season's been closer than any other season we've had.
Yep.
It's getting better. It's getting better, and wrestling's getting better.
Totally agree.
And as long as the wrestling on TV gets better, this will continue to be a better points race.
Brock and Bobby. That was it. We were unanimous on everything else.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because
But you got 4 because of your point. I don't get an
Let's
extra
go
point
Brock.
because my save was saved Alaska. All right, now we're going into the other major pay-per-view that happened yesterday.
Here we go.
NJPW's Battle in the Valley live took place last night around like 8 o'clock in
Yes.
tandem. Actually, the night before, technically. The replay happened last night. I do not concede demand to recount. Never going to happen for you. I'm the tally keeper. And I double-check that shit 4 times a week. I'm not going to get into a bunch from that show.
No.
The main takeaways, I've got the card here. I'll just run through it real quick, and then we'll
Go
talk
ahead.
about the big points. Alex Coughlin defeated J.R. Kratos. David Finlay defeated Bobby Fish, who gives a shit. Kushida, Valador Jr., and Kevin Knight of the DKC defeated Mascaro Delgado, the Impact World Champion Josh Alexander, Adrian Quest, and Rocky Romero. Kenta defeated Fred Rosser for the Strong Openweight Championship. The Guns defended and retained the Strong Openweight Tag titles against West Coast Wrecking Crew. Eddie Kingston defeated Jay White in a final loser leaves NJPW match because Jay White got a second chance. Filthy Tom Lawler defeated Homicide. Zack Sabre Jr. defended the IWGP TV title, or the NJPW TV title. And then in our main event, Okada defended successfully the belts against Tanahashi for the world title, but that's not the big title change we got to talk about.
The big takeaway, in my opinion,
is Mercedes Moné, formerly WWE Sasha Banks. First of all, she did a tribute. A couple of years ago, we lost a Japanese wrestler to suicide due to cyberbullying. Mercedes Moné wore her gear in tribute.
yes,
That's
very
what this
classy.
tiny clip here is.
Very classy.
Mercedes Moné won the IWGP Women's World Championship. She's the second ever Women's World Champion for
Yep.
IWGP. She's the only international women's superstar currently working in Japan. No, Okada attacked Noah 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Actually, Noah attacked Okada a month ago, and then Okada returned fire.
Yeah.
But Mercedes Moné is your IWGP Women's Champion. So
I
for
gotta say
everyone
it.
who was saying, go ahead.
That title looks good on her.
For everyone who was saying she's never going to make it as an international star, well, it only took her a month and she's the women's champion.
Yeah.
At the most conservative and non-protective women's company on the planet.
On the planet.
CMLL books more women than NJPW ever has.
That's true.
So if that's not an investment on top of the money they're making and their pay-per-view buys, which again, they got a ton on top of their subscription yesterday, if that doesn't indicate that Mercedes Moné is a megastar, I don't know what will, man.
I don't either.
She's still in Disney shows.
Hey, here's the deal. Get your money the way you can get your money. That's how I feel about it.
Get paid, get that name out. Here we see, after that match, though, after Okada's main event, he called Moné to the ring by name.
Yep.
And she came out and they had a championship celebration. Okada as the face and future still of NJPW, and Mercedes Moné, the future of Japanese women's wrestling.
Yep.
Very cool moment.
There'll be a thing before it's over with.
What do you mean a thing?
A thing.
Think so?
Yep.
I'd be down with that.
Homewrecker.
Okada and Mercedes together.
Homewrecker.
Jacket.
Junk it. Just
All
junk
right,
it.
so that closes up, if I'm not mistaken, all of my regular stuff today. Right?
Yep, we are at that point of the show.
All right. Well, I believe then it's time for everyone's.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
We are going to do the drawing
Oh, that's right.
for the
I think there's an image for it.
Oh, is there?
In the second file.
Got you. See here. No.
That's the blood. Well, unless
I
we
think
start
we're
with.
gonna do it later.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay. Well, then let's just.
But I don't do it now. We'll
Do
just
it now.
later.
Yeah,
Let's
fuck
do
it.
it
We don't
now.
need the graphic. All right, y'all.
they've waited so long. Let's do it
It
now.
is time for the Pro Wrestling Throwdown gimmick to do the drawing
I just
here.
want to show, for fairness, there is
Names written
everyone's
on every
numbers.
single one of them.
They are legitimate tickets.
We don't want to show you the actual names because
Nope.
I don't want everybody to know who's on the drawing. If you donated, you're in the drawing.
That's right.
Yes, Mercedes Monet is.
In Japan now. Yes.
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 And the winner of this month's drawing.
$20
for-
bucks
you
is
can see
$20 bucks. Ah,
You can see my hand here moving. It is going to be. Hold on. Let me not look, so no one thinks
we
I'm
just
cheating.
throw them in the air and catch
No, we're
one?
not doing that.
Hey, they did it for Harry Potter. It worked.
All right. Y'all see, I'm not looking at it. I'm digging around. I'm picking stuff up. I don't care whose name it is. The winner of this month's drawing is Astrid Hansen.
You got a
So,
sticker coming.
Astrid, you want a free sticker from Pro Wrestling Throwdown for all of your support.
Thank you very much for continued support on the show as well as on social media and everything. Thank you
Yep.
for everyone who donates. We're going to take a month off of the donation thing so that way we can get these
The new
free
merch.
ad
Yeah, the new
entries
stuff
and
out,
new
yeah.
merch out. And then we will start back in what are we going to say? End of March?
Yeah.
With brand new drawings and all that. So to the winners
So our
from
next
last year,
drawing will be at the
In
end
April.
Of April.
end of April, yes. So get them in. We will still continue to tally every week your entries. If you get somebody to subscribe, you let us know that you're the person that had them subscribe and send us a
Yep.
screenshot of that person doing so. You get 5 in the thing. It's for doing nothing more than passing us along. That's all it is. Hand our show to somebody who you think will enjoy it. Hand our show to somebody who think don't. Won't.
Mm.
Get them in the chat. Let's do this. Let's make this as big as we possibly can. We hit 250 subscribers.
Now we need more.
We've hit over 1,000 hours of watch time thanks to you folks. We're getting closer and closer to that build, and closer and closer to something big.
It seems like an appropriate time.
Is it that time?
I believe it's time to tell the people how they can find us.
Well, all right. Why don't you tell where to find us?
You can find us over on Facebook at facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. You can follow us on Twitter at Pro Wrestling TD. You can send us an email at prowrestlingthrowdown@gmail.com. You can follow us on TikTok at Pro Wrestling Throwdown 1. And you can check out streamlabs.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown, where you can access the
Merch store!
Over at the
Merch store!
buy our shit. Buy it.
Merch!
Go to the store, buy the shit. Buy it. Buy the merch. Buy it. God damn it, buy the merch.
Hey, you woke the dog up.
You know
Fuck
what's
that
you
dog.
know,
Buy
you
the
know,
merch.
you know what's fucked up?
Sorry, Jasper.
Now that you've screamed at people, there's usually like 4 people buy merch. That's gonna be the smallest thing, and they'll be like, "Just tell that man not to scream at me anymore."
I'm going to come to your house and wreck up the place.
No, for every $1 that you spend or donate on the site, gets you 1 entry. Like I said, pass us along, show proof that you've got somebody to subscribe. That's 5 free entries without spending $1 for some free merch. So I mean,
It's a win-win.
for word of mouth, you don't have to pay anything.
I'll tell you what. I'll do you one better. If if you get someone to subscribe and they come into the chat and say, "I subscribed for this person," your recommendation, you'll get 5 extra points. Or
Yes.
5 extra tickets.
Yes,
So if you recommend a friend and your friend comes in, your friend's going to get 5 points, and
You're
you're
gonna
going to
get
get
10.
5 points. Or 10, whatever, yeah.
Yes.
Whatever I just said. Recommend people, goddammit. We're trying to reward you and help us. Help
That's
me, help you, help me, help me. Help you,
the
help me.
these kids that make this stuff. They need lunchtime.
Right.
What's wrong with you people? These people need a
Did you
break
not
to eat.
tell people that we buy our stuff through a sweatshop?
Hey, first off, I never said anything about sweatshops. Shut the fuck up. Second off, I was just talking about buying Lunchables for our children. What's wrong with you? You
The only one here with children.
What's wrong with you? All right. So, with that being said,
It's time for birthdays.
and bullshit.
Max? Take it away.
How sexy.
Yeah. We're gonna. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong screen.
Yes, this screen, my friend.
I was looking at my
What are you
delay
doing?
one. I go, what's going on? We're going to acknowledge our still Universal Champion, head of the table, my tribal chief,
Sucker of cocks.
Roman Reigns, 903
Cocks!
days of Universal.
Dylan Taylor, you just earned yourself 5.
Hey! Whoop, 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 whoop.
Another
That's
subscriber.
my boy.
903 days. Wow.
903
Write that down,
days.
Luke.
I got you.
Fuck you.
No, I'm talking about the subscriber.
Yeah, make
Oh.
sure we want to make sure. We
Oh, I'll
keep
make
track
sure.
Of,
I'll make sure, yeah.
There you go. You're on the docket right now. All right, 903 days. You get. Hey, here's the deal, bro. Do your thing. Do your thing, boy. That's all I can say. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You would use that picture.
Hulk Hogan.
All right, who we got first, Max?
All right. Oh, we remember Big John Studd
Big John
today.
Wow. When did he pass?
1948
5 years ago?
to 1995.
Oh, 15.
Wow. Big John Studd, of course, the
Who was
winner
that? Who was
of
the
the
big guy?
second Royal Rumble in 1989.
That's true.
He was in the movie Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man.
Astrid gets 10 more entries because Dylan recommended that he subscribe, and he did. So Astrid's
Cool.
back in the pool, too.
Astrid with 10. All right, there you go. See, it's that simple, folks.
That's all
It's
you
that
gotta do.
simple.
Tell your friends.
Big
Sweet
John
Morley.
Studd actually used to step over the top rope, which used to piss Andre the Giant off because
Because
that was
Andre
Andre's
was the only one
stuff.
that did it at the time.
They had
Well,
a match.
not only, Kamala was doing it in the AWA, too.
Yes, he was also wrestling Andre on the same card of WrestleMania 1 in a $10,000 body slam challenge.
Yeah.
Where Andre told him before they went out to the ring, don't step over that fucking top rope. And he did it anyway.
He did it anyway. Oh! Sanisa Tomic?
Sanisa!
Sanisa is a subscriber. Liz recommended Sanisa. So Sanisa gets 5 and Liz gets 10.
All right, they're down.
Look at that.
Thank you much for your
Thank you for your
support.
subscription.
All right, who we got next, Max?
Is that Francine?
Oh, that's a
That is Francine.
that's a damn good picture, Max.
My fucking
Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you a high
queen.
five right here on cam.
Francine.
Thank you.
ECW.
She
Now,
was the Queen of Extreme.
Oh,
my in-studio assistant, Sweet Tea, had some. She'd been working on the women's stuff.
Yeah.
We've been talking about that. She had some good information on Francine,
But she had to step out of the room.
She had to kind of
Yeah,
step out.
Francine was the first manager of Shane Douglas
Shane Douglas.
and the Triple Threat. She was known as the Queen of
Queen of
Extreme,
Extreme.
but she joined him after turning on Tommy
Tommy
Dreamer
Dreamer.
after like 2 years.
After she was valet for Tommy Dreamer, and then Tommy joined up with Beulah after Beulah left
Yeah,
Raven.
she come to the WWE, stayed very short amount of time during the rebrand of WWE ECW.
No, Beulah.
I'm talking about Francine.
No, I know. I'm just picturing Beulah and Francine standing next to one another and giving it fucking. Francine's 51 years old.
Francine is 50 years old.
Francine is 51 years old today.
Good call, bro.
Wow, baby!
Good call, man. Good call.
Also today, we have 2 more.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
not Mantar.
No, that is El
That's
Torito.
El Torito, the tiny version of Mantar. El Torito is a CMLL and AAA superstar.
He also wrestled in WLC against
WLC.
Hornswoggle. And they threw him around like a baseball.
He is a little person's wrestler.
Yeah, he is. Look at him.
That
Strikes
makes
fear in the
way
hearts of
more
people.
sense. And why all the pictures?
Did
look
you
like-
not put
Jesus.
2 and 2 together? You fucking idiot!
Oh
I
my
just want
God.
the pictures up.
El
Who is
Torito.
this 9-year-old?
Well, I don't know who's in this picture, but El Torito, I'm going to guess 43.
44.
El Torito is 41 today.
Oh, damn. No
Damn, no
points.
point. Who we got next, Maximus? Oh, wait a minute. I know
That's
who
the
that is.
chairman, Sean Spears.
Sean Spears.
Former NXT superstar,
Yes.
former WWE superstar. I believe he was...
The number 10, perfect 10, Ty Dillinger.
He was
What's
a tag
his
team
name?
champion in NXT. He currently
He-
works in AEW.
He was also teamed with, he owns Flatbacks Wrestling Company with Tyler Breeze.
Tyler Breeze, yeah.
But he was in a tag team with Corey Graves.
Corey Graves, yeah. Sean Spears is 42 years.
Sean Spears is 41.
Sean Spears is 42 years old today.
Is there some collusion here that I don't know of?
Max gave me all the answers.
Here's the deal. I've been sick. This week off's killing me. All right. Who we got?
Right,
On the 20th, tomorrow.
Who's that?
Gail Kim.
Is that Gail Kim?
Is that Gail Kim? Wow.
Wow, she looks good.
Pioneer of women's wrestling. She
course.
basically outfitted TNA's women's division after she left the WWE.
First person in WWE history to walk out on live television.
First woman in TNA to ever get a 5-star match from above a 3-star rating from Meltzer, and main evented a live TNA broadcast against Awesome Kong.
That's correct.
And on pay-per-view, I believe they main evented one of the two. Gail Kim is 56 years old.
I don't think she's that old. 54.
Gail Kim will be 46 years old.
Damn it! That's
You're thinking
I
of the wrong.
meant-
Yep, I got you.
no. I meant to say 46. My brain said 56, but I'll take the fucking loss.
Oh, I didn't get the point
God
either.
damn it!
I didn't get the
Also,
point either.
tomorrow sharing her birthday.
That's Big Damo,
What was he?
Killian-
Killian Dane in NXT.
right? Is that what you got him under, Killian Dane?
Yes.
That is also Nikki Cross's husband.
Husband, yeah. Fuck, I couldn't begin to tell you. I'm gonna say 37.
38.
38 years old tomorrow. Point Luke.
He's a youngin. He was part of help me. Sanity. He's part of Sanity.
Yes. After he got called up
Yeah.
with Eric
Yeah.
Young, Nikki Cross, and there was another one who I can't remember.
Alexander Wolf, who was part of Imperium before they fired him.
That's right.
Hey,
Who the fuck
where did you? Is that all the wrestling birthdays?
for this day?
No.
Who was that?
I don't know why that's even in
I don't
there.
either,
Well,
but that's
skip it.
okay. That's okay.
Is that-
Was that the next picture?
Yeah,
All right, we'll go skip past that.
raffle time,
Oh, now
which we did.
okay.
Okay.
Stuff got messed
That's
up.
okay.
That's all right.
So
Um,
who is this is Seal.
See what the next one is. Hang on.
All right. Bertha
Okay,
Faye.
that's where we're supposed to be.
Okay, then
Okay,
that's
so
where we'll go.
Bertha
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 Faye.
Faye.
We remember Bertha Faye on the 21st, 1961 to 2001.
I did not know Bertha Faye passed.
At 40.
Yeah.
Wow.
And she hated this gimmick.
Yeah.
They brought her from Japan. She was a fucking monster.
This is another one that Sweet Tea is going to have a lot of information on here.
Sweet.
When she gets all everything together.
Sweet. What we got next?
Also on the 21st, we have a Brutus Clay.
Now, for those of you who are fans of NWA, he is the NWA World Champion known as Tyrus now.
And if you don't know, you know what you
He's
should do.
also a right-wing
Somebody
suck nut
call
who gets
your
featured on
mama.
Fox News
Somebody
every fucking
call
week
the
'cause he's an
mama.
asshole.
Somebody called him mama.
I give a fuck less about Brodus Clay. Give a
Somebody call
fuck
mama.
less about Tyrus. I give a fuck less about him being the NWA World Champion. I give a fuck less about him being
Well,
on
how
Fox
about you
News.
give a fuck
And I
less
give
and
a
tell
fuck
me how,
less about how old he is.
how would you
If
think?
you let me get to it, goddammit.
I didn't know. Sometimes I have to cut you off. You've been here an hour. You used to be like, and I don't give a fuck about this. And I know who
nope.
that is.
The 40s, I want to say.
I'm going to say not much older than that. So 41.
42. I think he's a little older.
He will be 50 years old.
Nice.
Wow,
Okay.
a
Older
lot,
than I thought.
lot older than I thought he was. Yeah.
I'll take that point.
All right. Who you got here, Max?
The last
Carlito.
one on the 21st is Carlito. Yeah.
Carlito,
love Carlito.
Caribbean cool. You know what he does?
Spits in the faces. People
Who don't want to be cool. For those of you who aren't aware, he is a member of the Colon family, which is the number one number one wrestling family in Puerto Rico.
Yes.
He made his debut with the WWE, I believe, when he was 26, right
Young.
outside of development.
Yeah.
He made his debut on SmackDown against John Cena, where he won the United States Championship. Was on SmackDown for, I want to say, a year and a half before he got transitioned to Raw. Then on Monday Night Raw, his debut, won the Intercontinental title against Shelton Benjamin.
Yes.
Was also featured in numerous Elimination Chamber matches and had a World Heavyweight title shot against, I believe, John Cena.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it, because then his bad attitude got him fired.
You're pretty familiar with all things Puerto Rico, right?
Well, that and colons, Max. Why don't you come find out how familiar I am?
All right. Let's stop this before it gets out of hand. Literally colon hand.
Yeah, not that.
All right. Let me poke in there. All right. So here's the deal. He returned not that long ago to the Royal Rumble when the 2020
Looked great.
2021 Royal Rumble.
Yeah, looked fantastic.
Looked fantastic. Worked the next night on Raw, and then of course went back into obscurity. Here's the deal. I fucking love
Carlito.
I
Probably too much.
fucking love this guy. I'm gonna say 43.
44. He's got to be older.
Carlito will be 44 years old.
So I wasn't far off.
Only far enough for me to get a point, prick.
Cha-cha! All right.
Then go to the 24th.
Hey, there we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the king of strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura. Former.
I have Shinsuke.
That's his real name. That's his real name.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nakamura.
You asshole.
I want you just to say his last name for me.
Nakamura.
Nakamura.
And that's not it.
It's close enough, and I love it.
Shinsuke Nakamura is a former IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, former IWGP Intercontinental Champion, former IWGP Strong Openweight Champion, former WWE Intercontinental Champion, former WWE Tag Team Champion. He is also the winner of the 2017 Royal Rumble, former NXT World Champion.
Twice. First one to do it twice.
Defeated Finn Balor and Samoa Joe
King.
in one order or the other.
Beat Baron Corbin for the King of the
Baron
Ring.
Corbin, which makes him officially a King of the Ring. And he's also the winner of the PWT Greatest Intercontinental Champion Ever tournament.
Yes.
That we had here. Motherfuckers.
Also, I would like to also point out was the man who wrestled the Great Muta. In
Muda's last match.
In one of his last
and
matches.
It's so cool. Remember... Oh, wait, we're not featuring that match. I was going to say the match we talked about featuring for Wreck of the Week.
Yeah.
If it had been included, it would have been great.
Yeah.
Age, however, 47 years old.
48.
Shinsuke will be 43 years old.
Damn. Good for Shinsuke.
We got Shinsuke for another couple years then, that's for sure.
Fucking yeah, we do. Because Japanese wrestlers never fucking age.
They never age and they wrestle until they're 114. And then if they're masked wrestlers, they wrestle till 112. All right.
They just give their mask to their
Sharing his birthday.
Hey, there he is.
Wow, we got Corey Graves and Sean Spears in the same week.
Yeah.
Right.
Very nice.
They're
Corey
partners.
Graves, current WWE commentator, killing it.
One of the best.
Current husband to Carmella, killing it.
Killing it. I
Former
hope.
NXT Tag Team Champion.
Killing it.
Was struck down prematurely with a neck injury. Had to retire.
Was announced not that long ago, though, that...
He has been cleared and is looking at in-ring return. That being said, Corey Graves... Sean Spears is 41, so Corey Graves is 38.
Corey Graves, 39.
Corey Graves will be 39.
Damn, you got me.
24th.
Yeah, I didn't think he was quite 40
Luke.
yet.
Last wrestling birthday.
Woo!
Also, no, this one's on the 25th.
May I?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Nature Boy. Woo! Styling, profiling, limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun. Woo! And he's got trouble holding them alligators down.
Who said never retired?
Never retired.
And then last year he retired.
And current, by the WWE's count, 16-time world champion, but officially is a 22-time internationally renowned world heavyweight champion. For the AWA, for the NWA, was considered in the IWGP running for the world title against Hulk Hogan. Let me see here. Main evented 6 consecutive Starrcades as World Heavyweight Champion. Main evented WrestleMania. Main evented several Royal Rumbles. Has been World Champion, Intercontinental Champion, European
The only
Champion,
man
Tag
bad
Team
enough
Champion,
in this world.
WCW and NWA United States Champion. He was the AWA World Champion, the AWA Television Champion. He was the PWG Wrestler of the... I'm sorry, not PWG. PWI Wrestler of the Year 4 times consecutively between 1992 and 1996. Also, in that time, main evented 4 consecutive I already said Starrcade.
Yes.
Main evented 4 consecutive... What's the other one? He was champion
Super
for all
Brawl.
4. Super Brawls? No. He wasn't main event of Super Brawl 95 because it's on my show.
Yeah. But
Either way.
Uh,
Legitimately has a Rolodex and legacy in professional wrestling longer and taller than any of us
Also,
are
I
standing
think
on one another's shoulders.
because the Rumble just ended, it is well known that he was the record holder from 1992 until 2006 as being the longest man duration in a Royal Rumble match.
He is also
Only the first man to win the WWE Championship. in a Royal
also the
Rumble
leader of the 4 Horsemen, the greatest faction in professional wrestling history.
Yes, sir.
Let me see, what other Rolodexes can we add to him? He's been in network television. He starred in movies. He owns... he's got like 2 commercials out now for branding.
He's got his own weed strain that he
he's
sells.
Also Space Mountain. And for those of you that know, you know. And if you don't know, if you really want me to explain, ask. But Ric Flair,
just
Space
slinging
Mountain.
them. Just slinging.
What else can I possibly say about Ric Flair that I haven't?
How old is he?
You can guess his age.
74 years.
That's what I was going for too. I'm glad you beat me to
Ric
it.
Flair's 74.
Ric Flair's 75.
Ric Flair will be 74 years old.
Nice.
Yeah, motherfucker. Ask me like I don't know my Ric Flair. Woo!
I kind of feel like I should get half a point just because he knows all that shit.
Mean. By
God,
God,
Gene. Yeah.
That's 5-2 going into celebrity birthdays. Caleb's lead. You got just enough time to try to catch up.
Bitch.
Luke.
Okay, who we got?
You punk ass bitch. You fucking
you're running the button.
saggy ass bitch.
I know, but
Yeah,
does
we're
Seal...
That is Benicio del Toro.
Benicio del Toro, also known as the what was it? Is it the toy collector in Marvel? What was he called? He's the one that had the stone.
Yeah.
The Infinity
The
Stone.
Collector.
The Collector.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For people nowadays who
I
would know
will
who he
be
is.
totally honest. He has an extensive acting acumen, but I know very little about it.
He played the Wolfman in the last incarnation of the
With
Wolfman.
Anthony Hopkins.
I think the first thing I ever saw him in was it called The Hunted? With,
Yes. No, the fugitives, the other fugitive, U.S. Marshals. He was the
No.
The Hunted.
No.
The Hunted
Yes.
is what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, where he,
With Tommy
him
Lee
and
Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. Yeah. Yep.
I remember he
It
was in...
it was like a third U.S.
Fugitive
Marshals
movie. Yeah.
Richard
Yeah.
movie, but it wasn't
Hunted.
actually.
Hunted is what it was
Yeah.
called.
I know he was
The
supposed to
Hunted.
be the Dark Universe and Universal's Frankenstein.
Well, he was also in Sin City
Yeah.
as his biggest role in our generation to date. He's been in a lot of things. I'm going to say the man's up there, 61. He's up there.
I couldn't say it. 55. I'll go back a little.
Smart. He will be 50. He is 56.
Nice. Look at me.
There you go.
Point Caleb.
Who we got next, Max?
Also today.
Hold on, because I had a follow up to that, and instead I just sat here looking at you like a fucking idiot, because it wouldn't come to me. Sorry.
Also today.
Shut up. Jeff Daniels.
That is Jeff Daniels.
No, I'm actually a mental certified genius, but you and I can sit and compare intellects later if you like. Jeff Daniels was an actor. He's born and raised in the Midwest. He was in Dumb and Dumber. He's in a number of network specials. He won the Emmy for The Newsroom, which is actually my favorite show.
One of his better shows.
Yeah. He's done a number of professional advocacy things. He was in My Friend the Martian with
yes,
Christopher Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd. My favorite Martian.
Favorite Martian.
Yep.
Yeah.
The movie version, not the TV show.
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels. Damn.
I think he's almost 60.
Did you mention the what was it called? Where the kids are in black and white and they start to become color.
Pleasantville.
That he was in Pleasantville.
I forgot about it.
He was the ice cream man in Pleasantville.
Okay.
I'm gonna say 68.
He will be.
Hold on.
Oh, I thought you.
I haven't guessed yet.
I thought you just said he.
No, he said he'd be 68, and I
68.
haven't cast a guess.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Sorry.
Jeez, Max.
I thought you.
No, I haven't said anything yet.
Not yet.
I'm going to say 60, though. I'm going to go on the opposite side of the spectrum.
He will be 68.
All right, there you go.
Old.
Shout out to Liz for showing me this. Liz gets more points. Carlos Marufo.
All right.
I hope that's pronounced correctly.
2 more today.
All right. Is one of them Seal?
No.
Kiss
Okay.
from the road.
I just want to make
No,
sure I'm
I
not
think-
going to tick onto
No,
that.
those 2 pictures weren't supposed to be used. I don't know why they.
Can we
still-
start
okay.
randomly then just integrating seal pictures into the rundowns and just see where they pop up?
We'll see. We'll see what happens. But first, today, that is Smokey Robinson.
Smokey Robinson.
Smokey Robinson.
I don't know. I can't recall a whole lot of specific information myself, but he's very
King of
very
Motown.
influential.
He's the king of Motown.
Music.
Yes.
Late transition after jazz, switchly shifted, had a number of platinum recording albums in the late what 60s and 70s that were all Motown and R&B.
He even did the 80s and 90s.
Did R&B production or
Smokey Robinson is 81.
75.
He is 83 today. Point, Luke. Good job.
Thank you.
Now, it's funny you said that, Caleb, because
Seal. Kiss from a rose. That's funny. Are we guessing how old?
yes, it
Is it in Seal
is
years?
Seal's birthday.
That is fucking awesome.
Look, and it's you
Did
can't
we
say
just
it's
fucking
not.
get Rick
Hold
rolled?
on. And you can't say it's not. You can't say it's not because look,
That
bald
is
head,
brilliant.
bald head, and spots on his face. It's definitely Seal.
I did pick.
You
I
are
picked the one that I actually
fucking-
kind of resembled him. a little
You're a
bit.
fucking genius.
That's
For those
good
of you
shit.
who aren't paying attention, he works that picture of Seal into the rundown, throw us off. That's fucking great. You crafty bastard.
I kind of knew that was coming eventually.
Seal, I'm gonna guess is 66.
Oh man, I don't know. 62.
64.
Ah, okay. What's our score currently?
Now it
Getting
is
close.
6-5. Luke
Oh,
caught
shit.
up really quick.
How many more we got?
I'm a fan of the animal kingdom. What can I say?
10.
Oh man, I gotta pee so bad.
Maybe
Swallow it.
more than
All right, we ready?
I mean, if I do that, I'm
that.
gonna
Tomorrow.
get
Hey, it's French Stewart.
That is French Stewart.
banned. Fuck, I don't have a fucking
Third
clue
rock
what
from the
French
sun,
Stewart-
man.
I know who it is.
He also played the
just don't
shitty Inspector
I don't
Gadget.
have a clue how old he is.
Oh god, he's old as shit.
Third rock from the sun, he would have been.
Or young-ish.
He's the one who always made like this weird face,
Yeah.
right? This one.
Yep.
Okay.
61.
62. I'm gonna guess older.
How about 59?
Oh
No
wow, we
point.
both suck.
Not very fucking
No,
far
not
off,
far
though,
off.
were we?
So let's go to the 21st.
That would be
Sophie Turner.
Sophie Turner. That's who I thought that
She
was.
is the-
Game of Thrones.
She's one of the stars of Game of Thrones. She's also the wife to one of them Jonas's.
What was she? What is she with? She's not with Bill Turner. Is that how this works?
He's down.
Bootstrap Bill.
I'm aware.
He's doing some deep sea
That's-
diving.
That's a different Miss Turner.
Bill's doing some deep
Yeah,
sea
no,
diving.
she's with that Jonas fella.
Well, what's love got to do?
They've
with
got a
it?
baby.
Other wrong Turners.
Well, my love don't cost a
got
thing.
to do with it.
Yeah, it does.
That's fair.
One heart valve, you know.
No, I believe that's their love. Sophie Turner is. Let me see. She would. I don't think she's quite 30. I'm gonna say 29.
I'm gonna say 31.
Ooh, 27. No.
27. I didn't think she was quite 30 yet.
Beautiful though.
I agree.
27.
She's also Jean Grey
Speaking-
in the next.
Oh
X-Men
yeah.
movie.
Yes.
Totally. Yes. We
Yeah.
totally.
Speaking of somebody who is beautiful in her own way,
Yeah.
One of the absolute funniest SNL characters
Of all
SNL
time.
actresses ever.
Rachel Dratch.
Yeah. The Debbie Downer segments alone are impossible to get through.
Yeah.
I can't have.
I
I
can't
can't
have
get pregnant.
children.
I can't get pregnant. Hilarious. And the best part of that is Horatio Sands is laughing so hard. He has taken the fucking pancakes that are on the plate in front of him and is trying to dab the
Yeah.
cry out of his
Yeah.
face. Him and Jimmy
Either
Fallon.
of you tell me
Hilarious.
What that image is.
1 second. Wolfie says, I know it's off topic, but I bought my tickets for Macabre the day they were available. Ghostly and Wolfie will be in the house on May 25th. Baby.
Nice. Can't wait
We're
to
going
see
to
it.
throw in an advertisement for Macabre right at the end, so stay tuned, Wolfie.
All right. Rachel Dratch. What is that from?
Oh, good Lord, I couldn't tell you.
I've seen so much stuff with her in it.
That's very specific, though.
I don't.
It really is.
I don't have a clue.
I
Max.
don't have a
Why don't
clue,
You, why don't
yeah.
you unspecify?
That's
for me?
from the Adam Sandler movie with Jennifer Aniston.
Hold on. I want you to hear what just happened. That's very specific. That's from that Adam Sandler movie.
I can't
With
think
Jennifer
of
Aniston.
the
I don't know
name.
the name of it, but it's
It's,
incredibly
it's
specific.
Just
Just go with it.
just go with it.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know that I've ever seen it.
She has the Botox
It's-
in her face.
I've never
it's all-
seen it.
Yes,
so I
it's
couldn't
the
tell you.
eyebrow. That's
I know what you're
the-
talking about now.
However, I'm going to guess
I know
that
what you're talking
she's 45.
46.
Oh, she will be 57.
Wow.
Yeah, really?
So that goes.
Wow, that's me.
That's surprising.
It is now tied 6-6.
Great. Take a break and tell the people where we come from so I don't piss myself.
Where we come from? We come from the other side of the tracks.
Just do this. Just beg for a fucking
Just
All
junket.
right,
useless
all
asshole.
right, all right.
All right, while Caleb takes this break,
I have to pee. I drink a lot.
because he has an old man's bladder, we're going to tell you that we appreciate everybody, seriously. Everyone who subscribed today, everyone who is subscribed and enjoys watching our banter. I don't know why.
I hear you.
Yeah.
You better wash your hands, we'll all know.
Shake it more than twice. You're playing with it.
And I'm shaking for a minute. Give me some time.
Ooh.
I don't even know anymore, Max.
Merch store.
Merch store! No, join us streamlabs.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown where you can check out the merch store. You can join us on Facebook. Be sure while you're on Facebook also to join the Pro Wrestling Throwdown group page. That's where we'll start putting up polls and questions and stuff like that to get as interactive with you guys as we can. Also, we're on TikTok, Pro Wrestling Throwdown 1. That's a new adventure for me and for most of the crew here, but we're having fun with it. Facebook's always been fun for the group chats and stuff. You can also join us on Twitter. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, especially the likes help our algorithm a lot. They really do. Also, like we said, for the points, I'm not going to go through the whole point thing again because we all who's here know. And you've seen it 80,000 times, but for every dollar you donate or every dollar that you purchase, your name's thrown in the hat, money goes right back into the show. All that. Are we ready to continue birthdays and bullshit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you
You're
feel
sweating.
better?
You're really sweaty,
I
man.
just ran water over my hair.
You need more water. That's what you need. You need more water. It's a lot of
And
water.
we've got 4 left.
All right, Maximus. Where do we go from here?
We got one more in the 23rd.
I fucking hate
Josh
this guy.
Gad!
I hate this guy with a
What do you hate
passion.
Josh Gad for?
That
Oh,
one
I lied.
fucking
Yeah, 5
interview segment where he thinks that they're just ignoring him, he becomes the biggest piece of shit I have ever
Good.
seen. Oh, don't ask me any questions
Good.
over here.
Fuck
I'm
the-
just sitting here for no fucking
fuck the
reason.
press.
You know what?
Fuck him and his snow.
like
I hope
Josh
he
Gad.
melts
You know
and I can
what?
piss on him.
You want to know what? The only reason I left him on here is because I knew you guys would bitch.
I like Josh Gad.
I fucking hate
He's
Josh.
LeFou
I
in
know.
Beauty and the Beast. He's the snowman. That one
Olaf.
movie. What is that? The fucking
Frozen.
Frozen. Yeah, Olaf. Olaf.
Do you want
That's
to
a type
be
of bread.
snowman?
I'm sorry, that's a loaf.
Is that right?
Close enough. Yeah. Do
You
you
wanna
want
be
to
a
build a
snowman?
snowman? Do you want to build a snowman?
Do you
No,
want to
why
be?
would you want to build a snowman?
Do you want to do some snowman?
You don't want none of this shit, Dewey.
do you want? Do you want to do some love?
You don't want none of this, Dewey.
Anyway,
Okay. I'm gonna 39 years old.
40. Fuck him.
what?
39.
Oh, because I was going to say 40 fucking isn't a number.
That depends. Well,
Well,
No, but
it
he
is if
will-
39 ain't fucking
He
enough.
will be 42 years old, so I guess you get the point.
Thank you very much.
Just watched this guy on the series I think called Wolf Like Me.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I've watched some of that.
How many
It's,
points do you have? I think, Liz, you're up towards 20 at this particular point. I believe she's at 20 points. I'll have to tally afterwards because that's what we do, but pretty sure you're at 20 points. Liz, she had those 2 people sign up
Oh,
Yeah,
and
20.
shout out for her, so I'm pretty sure you're up above, if not 20 above.
Yeah, 20.
All right, who we got
one
next?
more on the 23rd.
Oh, that's Niecy Nash
It is Niecy. Nash.
from Reno 911.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I do.
She was
remember
also
now.
in a show about Nails. Was it called Nails? Something like
I
that.
don't have a clue.
Where she was she was a mob boss who ran a beauty store and
Oh.
shit. She was really good at
I
it.
think
She's
I remember something
hilarious.
about that. What was a network show on like CBS, wasn't it?
TNT.
TNT. Okay.
Yeah. Right along the time of Queen of the South.
Gotcha.
on USA.
And Weeds was also on.
Weeds was also
okay,
yes. I'm going to say Nisi isn't as old as most people think she is. 47.
I'm going to say 48 because I think she's older.
You're right. She will be 53.
Well,
Wow.
that's okay. That's younger than I thought because my first thought was 60.
And now it is 8-6. Caleb's lead, and we have 3.
Come on, baby.
3 left.
That's my fucking.
On
That's my fucking Billy Zane right there.
Billy Zane here? Billy Zane. He was in Titanic.
Demon Knight,
Tombstone.
the Phantom.
he was a bomb at
He
Phantom.
was also on Charmed.
He was in Charmed. Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Also, he played in this movie called Invincible, where he was a monk.
Monk.
Got these kids together with these martial arts powers and shit.
No, that wasn't. That actually wasn't a movie. That was a miniseries on TNT
The Invincible.
in 2001.
Yep.
I do remember that.
Great movie.
Because we talked about that. They modeled it after the original Mortal Kombat live action
Yeah.
series.
Yep.
And the 4 kids had the power over. It was like earth, fire, water, stone, and steel or something.
Yep.
I remember that shit. I remember some Billy Zane.
That's a good one, man.
That was a damn good one.
Billy Zane, 63.
He would be in the 60s by now, at least, I would think.
Yeah.
64, because I'm just going to guess older, but I'm probably.
Oh, you blew it. He'll be 57.
Son of a bitch!
Well, that's
Now there's 2 left.
How is that possible? That
So
means
you have a chance to tie.
he's,
Luke.
Okay.
hold on, he's 57.
Yes.
How long ago was fucking Titanic? That was what, 99?
97.
97? So that was still 30 years ago?
yeah, relatively young. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's
He's
crazy.
always
It
looked
wasn't
like an adult.
exactly 30
He
years.
still don't
Right,
look
no,
57.
I can't guarantee that that's a.
No, that's exactly what Billy Zane looks like.
Yeah,
trust
no
me.
doubt.
Okay.
No
But
doubt in my
fuck,
mind.
even then, Demon Knight was 98.
No.
Demon Knight was
The
95.
25th,
Yeah.
Sure? Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Who we got here, my man?
Hey,
That
she
is-
was in Parks and Rec.
Rashid Jones.
Rashid Jones.
That's all I know her from is Parks and Rec. And I think
Yeah.
a movie with Anne Hathaway.
Couple superhero
Yeah.
movies. I think she was in a superhero movie too. I just can't.
Some other
can't place
stuff here and there, but I can't
Couldn't tell
remember
you.
specifically what.
40. Don't know.
41.
Her dad's a
She
famous,
will
like,
be
music
47.
producer.
Oh, yeah. No clue.
So I can tie this with this next one.
You
Yes,
could.
you can.
You could
Yes, you can.
There we go. We ready?
It's Throwdown!
That's fucking Sam right there.
That motherfucker is Sam.
They all look the
Gamgee.
same. They're hobbits.
You know who that really
you've
is?
seen one hobbit, you've
Okay,
seen
I'm
them
sorry.
all.
I'm sorry. I apologize. That's Bob from fucking Stranger Things.
Motherfucker, do not start with me.
The worst.
Samwise Gamgee did not carry Frodo's insufficient, uncouth fucking ass for 19 fucking hours of film time to be remembered as the guy who was in 3 episodes of Stranger Things.
If
You don't
he
even never
wouldn't
say
have had
die.
such a
Well,
failed
okay, I
football
apologize.
career,
He was the
wouldn't
guy
have
that
been
let
such a
Frodo brick in
beginner.
his mouth. How's that? That make you feel
First
better?
of all, he did the bricking.
No, Sam, of course, Rudy.
Sean Astin,
Rudy.
son of John Astin, famously for the Addams Family series. Rudy,
Yes.
Goonies.
Yes.
It's our time down here.
Mhm.
Obviously, Lord of the Rings, like we've already mentioned. Stranger Things.
Adam
he was
Sandler's
in
51st Dates.
51st Dates. And I'm sure had a few other like bit parts and a couple of movies we're not mentioning.
He was in a ton of
Yeah.
shit in the 80s, bro.
And he did a ton of TV in the like the mid 90s
Yeah.
prior to Lord
Sean
of the
Austin's
Rings.
been in fucking everything, bro.
As far as age is concerned, Sean Astin
He's up there. He's definitely up
be
there.
40. No. No.
That's
What
gonna be
year did the
tough.
Goonies come out?
83, I think.
Was it that early?
83 or 84.
If that's the case, Sean Astin's pushing
He's up there.
60.
He's up there.
If not,
I'm
No,
gonna
I
take
don't-
a shot in the dark and say 54 years old.
I was going to say, I'm going to say 45 years old.
What'd you say, Luke?
54.
And I said 45.
54, and you said 45?
Yeah.
Damn, Luke. You
What?
blew it.
Did I? I go too old?
First of all, I believe that the Goonies came out in either 87 or 88.
Because it well, see, that's the hard thing, because it correlated with the Cyndi
Cyndi
Lauper.
Lauper.
Yeah.
And for us,
I don't think
84,
85.
85. Yeah.
I didn't think it was the early 80s. Might have been made. I think 83 is
the music video for Goonies was
However,
made around WrestleMania.
Sean
3.
Ashton, yes, will be 52 years old. Caleb gets the point. And,
I knew he was up there.
loses.
Yeah. Luke does lose again.
Hey, here's the deal, gentlemen. I only lost by 2 points.
we also failed to extrapolate on the fact that this is a wrestling birthday, because the music video for the Goonies, played by Cyndi Lauper, who was played by WrestleMania 3, but also starred Captain Lou Albano.
Yes.
So Goonies, wrestling movie.
And several others.
Yeah. Captain Lou was the...
Not to mention Josh Brolin.
Oh, yeah,
He's a
can't
gigantic
forget Josh
wrestling fan.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Who won this week?
I believe that's
Who won
you.
this season?
You.
I did.
That's right.
All right, what we got next,
Excited
Max?
for me to lord it over you forever.
Well, Caleb just pretty much filled up all the bullshit. So.
You're welcome.
Oh, so it's the
This is
return.
one of my segments. Today in pro wrestling history, which we actually added for padding last week, and I'm not going to go through all of this because we're running short on time. I didn't know how much time we'd have. But
running long.
We're going to go to the first slide,
Okay.
which is today in wrestling history. Super Brawl 5 took place in Baltimore, Maryland, February 19th, 1995. Baltimore Arena, 13,390 sold out fans. We saw,
Question: was this Hogan's first Super Brawl? I'm pretty sure it was.
yes, Hulk Hogan defeated Vader for the WCW World title by disqualification. Sting and Savage defeated Avalanche and Big Bubba Rogers in 10 minutes and 18 seconds. Harlem Heat defended the tag team titles against the Nasty Boys, which also ended in DQ in 17 minutes and 7 seconds. And the most infamous thing from this pay-per-view was the match between Alex Wright and Paul Roma, which went 13 minutes and 21 seconds. They were originally scheduled to go, four minutes?
They're originally scheduled to go for. Paul Roma was promised to never lose on pay-per-view because he would always lose on TV.
Yeah.
Ric Flair was like, you're going to do it or else. So Paul Roma went into business for himself, beat the hell out of Alex Wright for 13 minutes.
Alex Wright still won, but they
Alex-
extended
and
their
then put
time
him
by
over.
10 minutes.
Well, here's the deal. Alex Wright rolls him up from behind, and referee Pee Wee Anderson counted a fast 3 count just to end the match because Paul Roma kicked out at 2.
Yep.
He was still going to go as long as he possibly could
He wasn't gonna
before they
stop.
got him out of the ring.
So this week in wrestling history features that. It also features Elimination Chamber 2012, February 19th, 2012, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at the Bradley Center. 15,306.
How much does
sold
that
out
pay
seats.
on pay-per-view?
Well, they got 178,000 buys at the time.
Wow.
Pay-per-views were roughly $49.95, so you look at 53 after tax. So they made almost $9 million.
Damn.
Roughly 8,900,000,
Damn.
somewhere in there if my math, maybe it's 7, but between 7 and 9 if my math's right. And
Yeah.
that's obviously not before they take out the tax exemption, pay out the cable man. So they probably pocketed $3-4 million just off the event from buys alone.
Hey.
And of course the 15,000 tickets sold. That's 50 people. That's $50 a pop. So you're looking at another 300K.
Yeah, give or take.
On this show, Hunico defeated Alex Riley, which is a weird fucking match all
That
to
is
itself.
quite weird, yes.
CM Punk successfully defended the WWE Championship against The Miz, Chris Jericho, Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler, and R-Truth in 32 minutes and 39 seconds in an Elimination Chamber match. Beth Phoenix defended the women's title and the Divas title against Tamina Snuka in 7 minutes and 19 seconds. Daniel Bryan, Daniel Bryan,
this time.
world champion, defeated Santino Marella, Wade Barrett, Cody Rhodes, Big Show, and the Great Khali in 34 minutes and 4 seconds. Jack Swagger successfully defended the U.S. title against Justin Gabriel in 3 minutes and 48 seconds. And in the main event, which makes zero goddamn sense, we had John Cena against Kane in an ambulance match that went 21 minutes and 21 seconds.
So, in other words, the Elimination Chamber last night 10 times better than the one in
A
2012.
$10 million event that didn't even feature a world title elimination chamber match or a world title match, period, as the main event.
That sounds about right.
We're doing great. Of course, that was also 2012, and that was a weird time to be a wrestler.
That is your pro wrestling date in history for this week.
You're welcome, America.
And we are high on bullshit in this bullshit meter here.
Now, hang on one second, because I saw something I noted out earlier I wanted to make mention of. Gunther is 254 days as Intercontinental Champion.
You're goddamn
That's
right.
insane. Today's age.
He's just so good,
insane.
Luke. He's
He
just
is.
so good.
Well, we also got to mention he now holds the longest time in a Royal Rumble match,
Yep.
and he went from number 1 to be the last man eliminated in his first Royal Rumble
He's going to
match.
be world champion.
Yeah, he,
if not sooner.
late in the show or not, he deserves to be.
The American Nightmare
The
versus
King God.
versus
Not quite acknowledged.
the
Who's
Ring
that?
General
Yeah.
is yes, they I'll
Most of you
acknowledge.
guys watching today haven't gotten a chance to see just how dangerous and how good Gunther is if you don't watch regularly. But
Yeah.
But that when he was Volta and he was the Ring General, that man could hit you as hard as he wanted from whatever direction he swung, and the only fucking thing you could do was take it.
Yep, that's it.
Trust me.
Now, just
I
before
know.
you do that, I gotta let you know I only have just one thing and then a goodbye.
That's fine.
So it's heavy on bullshit.
Let's do it.
Okay, we ready?
All right, let's end the show.
Why is there a cup of urine?
That's because it was Sweet Tea found me some information that
Okay.
She thought was interesting.
There's a cup of piss on the screen.
Some people,
Uh
just I'm blaming this all on Sweet
huh.
Tea. All her fault.
Okay.
Some people like to drink the urine of pregnant women to boost their immune system.
That's actually true.
That would be a fantastic.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
And that
It is absolutely true.
It's not just because it's sterile and they like the taste.
no, it's because when women are pregnant, they produce naturally more antibodies that help them fight off infections.
See, the fucked up thing is that I knew Caleb was gonna have the technical answer, and Jake could just go along with
They displace a higher mineral count when pregnant, often through their urine, than average urinary tracts do. So I could see the ideology behind doing so. However, and this one is sort of important, you're still drinking someone's piss.
I love how Elizabeth Smith, but I missed out 8 months ago.
And a sign it said
And also reminded, don't do that. Because you're still drinking.
What you need
someone's
to do
piss.
is just reach over and go, no!
I mean, look, I'm not here to shame anybody because I'm. You know what? This isn't
I
me.
picked this one.
Exactly.
I picked this one
I'm pissed
especially
about-
for you. Why don't you read that in the right voice? This is just for you,
I
Caleb.
haven't even read that yet.
Go
I
ahead,
have
Caleb.
no
Read
idea.
it.
When Jesus is trying to take the wheel, but you want to keep sitting. And in He-Man voice, fuck off, do-ga-da! Until we meet again!
You son of a bitch!
That
Bitch,
one was from
man.
Luke, by the way.
All right.
All right, so we're going to close out this show.
Hey, puppy,
Is that
show
what we're
them your
gonna do?
shirt.
This week, differently, we're going to close out this show with an old segment called The Wreck of the Week,
Yes.
where at the end of every show, we used to recommend a match or a program or something for y'all to check out on your own. In honor of Sami Zayn, we chose,
Yes.
if you have the WWE Network or Peacock, depending on where you are in the world, I recommend that you check out NXT Arrival,
Yes.
2014. The date is February 27th, 2014. It is the first match, ever featured on the on the WWE Network,
Yes.
and was a huge deal because Cesaro, not a member of NXT, came to NXT specifically to put Sami Zayn to the test. They had an outstanding match. It's rated number 63 out of 100 on WWE Network matches. It also got 4.25 stars from Dave Meltzer.
Yeah.
So, Wreck of the Week, if you haven't, check it out. NXT Arrival 2014, Cesaro versus Sami Zayn.
I would also like to point out I got this lovely
Yeah, this
Valentine's Day
bad month. Okay.
present here. All the proceeds to this shirt you can find out. Where did you find them?
Pro Wrestling Tees.
Pro
Yeah,
Wrestling Tees. I
all
think
the
you can
proceeds
find
go
them
to
on
James
ringofhonor.com too, maybe?
They have a link on their Facebook page. Ring of Honor's Facebook page had a link
Okay.
that you could click on, and it would take you directly to Pro Wrestling Tees.
All the proceeds of this shirt go directly to Jammin's family, Jay Briscoe.
Jamin.
Here's the deal. Buy the shirt. It's comfortable. It's for a good cause. All
Yeah,
the money goes
check
to
it
the family. I mean, reach for the sky, I guess, is really
Reach for the sky, boy.
the only thing we can say. It was fun coming back this week. Had a lot of health problems, had a lot of health scares.
glad
We're
you're
back. We're getting ready to start our Mania push.
Yeah, buddy.
We've got
Hey,
a lot
the
of
next
stuff
2 months
coming
is gonna
in.
be a lot of fun. It's going to be
Pull
very
the
interesting.
muscle cow tipping.
Also, don't forget, don't forget, we're going to be live. We haven't told the people yet. What's the date in March?
March 25th.
Hey, March 25th?
May 25th, sorry.
May 25th.
Wait, so it's after Mania?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going.
Wait, you're
March
talking.
25th.
Okay, no, he's not talking about Anna.
I'm talking about March.
Oh, March 20th.
March 20th, which is 2 weeks before WrestleMania.
Yes.
The team's going to be at Monday Night Raw in St.
Yes,
Louis.
we are.
So we're going to go live then. We're going to keep promoing that. Also, May 25th, AFU Hardcore does return to Tropical Anna, Illinois.
Thank you, Wolfie. I'm glad to be back, my man.
Wait a minute. Anna's tropical.
It's
Real
tropical as
Wait,
fuck.
do you mean they're gonna have tropical snow?
There might
No,
be
I mean
one.
like tropical cream.
Topical.
Oh,
Topical cream.
forgot the R again.
Tropical snow?
It happens.
Topical snow. Nope, that's again. Do you want to do some blow, man? All right, before we get out of here,
That's tropical snow.
find us over at Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown. Follow us on Twitter at Pro Wrestling TD. Send us an email at ProWrestlingThrowdown@gmail.com. Follow us on TikTok at Pro Wrestling Throwdown 1. And you can check out streamlabs.com/Pro Wrestling Throwdown, where you can access the merch store, buy all of our stuff. And as always, from us to you, number one, thanks for tuning in. And
Number two, don't forget to join us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
And then number three,
Of course,
as always,
suck
keep
a
it
dick,
in the
He-Man.
want to do some
Suck
blow, man? Do you want to
Here's the deal. I say suck a dick, He-Man. Suck a dick,
It's
He-Man.
eat a dick, man.
Well, here's the deal, and you do your thing, and hold on, and it's fun, and it's educational, and people laugh at it.
Sure.
And then Max comes in with "suck it," and it's so fucking manly and scary.
it's
I
terrifying,
jump
right?
over here every week. Anyway,
Eat a dick, man.
eat a dick, He-Man. See you guys next week.
Adios, y'all.
Keep in the ring. Keep in the ring. Keep in the ring.
Keep in the ring.
Hey.
Hey.